How's it going, everyone? Today we have a story of one of the cringiest emo kids of all time, so sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're calling today's subscriber who submitted the story Brent. So this all happened when Brent was at soccer camp. And so Brent went to the soccer camp every single year, and it just happened that this year he encountered the emo kid at soccer camp. So anyways, this was just another summer of Brent going to soccer camp. His mom dropped him off, and once again, he was pretty excited to go. Unfortunately, some of the friends he made from the year before, they didn't show up this time, so he was very proactive about finding people, meeting new people, and trying to make some new friends. So anyways, in the very beginning of soccer camp, they had kind of a get to know other people type deal. And all of a sudden, right, Brent sees this girl, and she was at kind of like the girls' soccer camp. So it was kind of split up like boys' soccer camp and girls' soccer camp. However, it was all under the same umbrella of like the soccer camp program. So they would eat lunch together, do non-soccer activities, but like the morning soccer practices were kind of split up by gender like that. And so anyways, right away, Brent saw this girl, Emily, and he immediately kind of fell in love with her. Not actually, but was like, OMG, lol, she's cute. I'm going to try and hit. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, I don't know. He's going to soccer camp. He's not trying to hit, bro. That's crazy. But anyways, right, so she's going to be an important character later on. But for the meantime, we don't need to think about her because someone much more important comes into the picture. So while Brent is thinking about like, oh my God, look at that girl over there. I got to start talking to her. That's crazy. He accidentally bumps into this guy. And he turns around. This guy is like, I don't know, a little bit bigger than him, a little bit heavier than him, just like kind of a bigger guy. And he's got this like long black hair that's swooshed over. He's wearing like the standard soccer cleats, but otherwise it's like this black band heavy metal t-shirt. He's got like black painted nails. He's got like a spiky wristband on or whatever. And he turns around. He's like, yo, what did you bump into me, bro? And Brent's like, oh, my fault. Like, didn't mean to do that. He's like, you don't think that I'm an alpha? Is that what you think? Brent's like, what? He's like, I'm an alpha male, just in case you weren't aware, which I know that you subconsciously were because, all betas instantly know when there's an alpha present. And Andrew was the guy from like 7 stories ago. Brent was like, what? He's like, bro, do you not know what beta males and alpha males are? Well, basically, beta males are like you and lame, and alpha males are strong, powerful, and dominant in the pack. And with that, like, the emo kid does a big, like, swipe of his big, long, black hair. So, like, his bangs would no longer cover his eyes. It immediately fell back in front of his face. He's like, yeah, just so you know, kid, get out of my way. And the emo kid, like, shuffles away. And this was Brent's first interaction with the emo kid. So he's like, okay, that's cool, man. Like, okay, see you around, buddy. Bye-bye. So anyways, let's fast forward a little bit. After soccer practice in the morning, Brent was actually one of the better kids there. He was pretty good at soccer. They had lunch, and in the afternoon, they had activities such as like this, like, I don't know, like tag, capture the flag, all kind of like random camp activities. And today was capture the flag, and Brent happened to be on the same team as Emily. So immediately he goes over there. He's like, hey, how's it going? Like, my name is Brent. Emily's like, hey, like, my name's Emily. Nice to meet you. And Brent and Emily immediately hit it off. They're having a good time. They're talking with each other. They're enjoying each other's company. You simply love to see it. And like from very far away, Brent catches the eye of the emo kid who's on the other team and is just staring him down for some reason. Brent doesn't really think much of it, and then he goes back to talking to Emily. So they're playing capture the flag right now, and Brent, runs over to the other side, gets the flag, right, and starts running back to his side. If you don't know capture the flag, there's like this little penny on both sides or like a little piece of cloth or something. And while you're on the opponent's side, if they tag you, you're in jail. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to run over there, grab their flag, and run back to your side without being tagged. However, there was a stipulation that it had to be a tag. This isn't tackling. You can't push someone. You can't like punch them or anything. You have to tag them if they're on your side. So, Brent is running over there. Sorry, I have a list of names in front of me and from other stories. Brent is running over there. He grabs the enemy team's flag and is running back to his side, and he's really close when he just like immediately slams into the ground. And that's when he realizes that there's a big guy on top of him. And that's when he realizes that the emo kid tackled him. So the emo kid's like, nice try, buddy. Next time, try not to fight the alpha males. And then camp counselor comes over and says, hey, we said no tackling. You're on the sidelines, points to the emo kid, he's disqualified or whatever, has to sit on the sidelines. Ooh, so alpha, man. But anyways, right, so the penny's returned, but also Brent isn't in, jail. He goes back to the other side, and the emo kid has to sit out for the rest of Capture the Flag, and Brent continues to talk to Emily, and the entire time, the emo kid is just, looking over, and he's, all angrily staring at Brent. So Brent is now his official enemy. Brent kind of just assumed that they were enemies because of when he bumped into him and also when he got him disqualified, which, did Brent really get him disqualified, or was it because he's an idiot and jumped on him? That's why he got disqualified? Who knows, man? But there was another reason why the emo kid hated Brent. There was another reason that Brent did not realize at the moment, but was very, very, very potent, and is going to be very, very important for later on in the story. I'm gonna give you guys a hint. It starts with an E and ends with a mly. Did you guys get it? Starts with an E and ends with a mly. Emily? I'm just going to tell you, yeah, it is Emily, the girl. So emo kid likes her. Anyways, so Brent and Emily talk for the rest of that Capture the Flag game. The entire time the emo kid is staring Brent down. Brent just simply assumes, well, this kid hates me for that reason only. But let me just say that the next week of soccer camp was the craziest week that Brent has ever had. So anyways, right, his mom picks him up. He goes back home. His mom's like, hey, how was the first day? And Brent says, oh, I met this really weird kid who tackled me. And she's like, oh my God, are you okay? He's like, yeah, actually, I have barely any scrapes on me even. But he seems to not like me, so I'll keep you updated on that. So Brent is dropped off the next day, and he walks over there. And that's when the emo kid, is just staring him down. And, Brent is kind of walking over because there's a little bit of a 5, 10, 15-minute period where the kids are just standing around talking with each other, waiting for them all to be dropped off. And then the soccer camp officials or camp counselors would then split them up into groups, do soccer drills, play games, whatever, standard kind of affair. And he's just kind of waiting around. And that's when the emo kid comes up to him and says, so you're challenging my authority as the alpha man. And Brent is kind of just like, what? He's like, I'll say it again, just in case your little beta ears couldn't hear me. So you're challenging my authority that I am the alpha male of the pack. If we were wolves, which we kind of are, and Brent was like, what? If we were wolves, as we kind of are, as I said, I would be the alpha male, alpha wolf, and you would be the beta wolf, and I would be banging your wife while you watch little cuck beta wolf. Whoa. And Brent is looking at this kid, and this kid is like, no offense, but this kid is the opposite of what a stereotypical alpha male would look like, right? One of those red pit alpha males. It just looks the complete opposite of that. But anyways, Brent's not gonna get into he's not gonna rebuttal this kid because what is there to rebuttal? Everything, man. This kid has no argument. But anyways, Brent's like, okay, and the emo kid's like, well, you say okay, but remember yesterday when you got me kicked out of the game, which you obviously tipped off the ref? And Brent's like, bro, you tackled me. It's very clearly stated in the rule books that you're not allowed to tackle anyone. How is this on me? He's like, dude, it was so clearly on you because the ref understood that I was the alpha male and I was simply asserting my dominance, bro. And, Brent's just like, dude, the frick are you talking about, dude? I paid him off with what? The $5 allowance I get a week? With what? My used smelly, stinky socks? What do I have? And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you took his daughter on a date because his daughter's so ugly she'd never get a date. Oh. And Brent's like, was that a diss? Does he even have a daughter? He's 20, bro. What? And the emo kid's like, anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I'm the alpha man. You're the beta man. I will do your wife when you have one. And scene. And the emo kid walks away. And Brent at this point is like, what? Why? Why is this my life? Anyway, so skip forward to the soccer practice. They're put into groups, and the emo kid was in group B earlier, so they basically split them up into group A and group B. So the group A is the better players, and group B is the I'm just kidding, the players who are newer to soccer. And the emo kid apparently was on the cusp of group A. It was at the very top of group B, and because his performance was good enough, he was actually moved up to group A. So now Brent, instead of having a morning to himself to focus on soccer, now had to deal with the emo kid being, thrown into the mix here. So anyways, they're doing some drills with the soccer ball, and they're kind of like kicking them around cones. You had to kind of keep control of the ball while you were running. And the emo kid, they said, okay, line up into 3 groups. And the emo kid immediately ran behind Brent. And Brent kind of looks behind him. He's like, what? And the emo kid said, nothing, Brent. Just letting you know that I'm the alpha male here. And Brent's like, okay, fine. Let's just do the drill. So the ref blows the whistle. Brent starts kicking the ball and moving with it. And the emo kid immediately runs up behind him and trips him. He's like, oh, sorry. And the ref's like, hey. And the emo kid's like, it was an accident, I swear. And the ref's like, all right, be careful. And Brent is starting to get really angry because, if you get an injury in soccer, especially if you get a foot injury, he could be out for the entire week. I mean, this is one of his favorite camps that he has every single summer. He loves going to it. It's one of his favorite things to do. And this emo kid, for the second time in the last 24 hours, has, has gotten really close to causing him a pretty big injury. He could have jumped, he jumped on him yesterday. He ran behind him, knocking him over. What if he twisted an ankle? What if he, fractured something in his leg? It's not that hard, especially when you got a big old kid jumping on top of you every 5 minutes. It's difficult. It's not that difficult, man. So anyways, Brent, for the next activity, waits to get into line before the emo kid does, because he doesn't want to be in the same line as the emo kid. But it turns out that, everyone else lines up, and it's literally just Brent and the emo kid waiting for each other to move, because the Brent wants to go where the emo kid doesn't go, and the emo kid wants to go where Brent goes. And the refs not the refs, but the soccer coaches are like, come on, kind of guys, get into line. And Brent's like, okay. And he sprints to the end of the line, and then the emo kid sprints to the back of that line. And the coach is like, emo kid, says his actual name, can you go to another line? That line's too long. And the emo kid's like, okay, moves over one line. And when the coach turns his head, the emo kid literally runs back into the line with Brent again. So when the coach turns around, he's like, wait, emo kid, I said, could you go to that line? And he's like, fine. Emo kid eventually goes to that line, actually does that. So for the rest of the soccer practice, the emo kid tried to bump into Brent, tried to make his life difficult, basically was just being a big butt the entire time. But thankfully, that nothing really happened. He didn't bump into Brent successfully again. In fact, the emo kid, most of the time when he tried to bump into Brent would do some very slick soccer move, kind of break his ankles, not literally, but you know what I mean. And the emo kid would fall flat on his face because he kind of tried to run into Brent, and then Brent sidestepped him and completely swerved out of his way. Anyways, though, things start to get a little bit more interesting because throughout the next day, Brent and Emily are talking it up. It's kind of the known thing for the camp that those two were kind of the unofficial soccer camp couple. I don't know if your camps had stuff like that, but this was true for the soccer camp. And word was that the two of them, they were gonna kiss soon. Oh my God, guys, isn't that 12th base or something? So sure enough, right, one of these days, so a day later, Emily and Brent are just sitting with each other at lunch. They're kind of on a quote-unquote date or whatever. And that's when a girl comes over and sits next to them. And Emily's like, oh, this is my friend Robin. And Robin's like, hey guys, I just want to let you know, Emily, that the kid over there, and points to the emo kid, is planning to ask you out soon. And Emily's like, dude, I don't know that kid. I've never spoken to him in my life. And Brent's like, oh my God, I know exactly who that kid is. Emily's like, what? And Brent basically tells her the story that I told you guys for the last 13 minutes. And she's like, oh my God, he's the worst. And Brent's like, well, that would explain why he really hates me too, because not just that I embarrassed him, but I've been hanging out with you the entire time. And, he probably knows that we've been talking a lot. And Emily laughs a little bit. And this is when Robin says, dude, I'm serious. This kid is going to come over and ask you out within the next 24 hours. He's going to do it publicly. It's going to be really embarrassing. Everyone's told him not to do it, but he's in his own world. You gotta let him down nicely though. And Brent was like, no, no mercy, no mercy, make him suffer. Emily's like, Brent, I'm not gonna make him suffer. I don't know this kid. Brent's like, make him suffer. Emily's like, shh. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. When he comes over, I'm gonna be firm, I'm gonna be direct, but I'm gonna be nice about it, I'm gonna be cordial, and life is gonna go back to what it was before. So sure enough, right, Brent now realizes that the emo kid has a massive crush on Emily. And Brent also starts to think about it. When Emily says no to him, and when she starts really, hanging out with me more, and when word gets around that we kiss, because we totally are, this is in Brent's head, right? He's gonna actually, ramp up the craziness even more than it already is. I think I'm screwed, boys. Real quick, if you made it this far into the video, comment emo down below. I'm going to heart as many comments as I can that say that. That is the secret word of the day. And also, if you want to support the channel and help boost me back into the algorithm, all you got to do is at some point, maybe after this video, maybe later, sit down and watch a bunch of my videos in a row, maybe while you're playing video games or drawing or cleaning your room, or maybe to help you go to sleep. I take that as a compliment now. I understand it. Leave in the comment section down below how you're helping boost the channel. I will heart it, I will say thank you, and I'll even shout some people out, like the person on screen right now. Thank you to this person on screen and all of you guys for all the support recently. It's really helped boost the channel. We're growing again. You'll love to see it. Let's get back to the story. So anyways, flash forward to that night, or not that night, but that afternoon. Remember when this is the mixed gender, just fun, more camp activities? They're playing dodgeball. And sure enough, the emo kid and Brent actually happen to be on the same team this time. So, emo kid and Brent, they're picking up the dodgeballs, they're throwing them, they're trying to avoid being hit by the dodgeballs. And the emo kid walks over and is like, sup, bro? And Brent's like, what? Emo kid's like, I just want to let you know that, I know that you and Emily, or you have been trying to flirt with Emily, and it's been failing horribly for my sources, at least. That's what my sources said. And I just want to let you know that, I let you have your fun. I let you play like the little beta little lamb you are. But I'm actually going to come in and, as the alpha male, assert my dominance and claim what is mine. Emily shall be my girlfriend by the end of tomorrow. Mark my words, and I will watch as little tears roll down your face because you're so sad that I took your girl. Oh, little Brent, I'm so sorry. Brent's like, dude, she's not gonna, I've talked to her, she's gonna say no. Don't do it. I hate you, but I know for a fact that you're gonna get rejected in front of everyone. The emo kid's like, nice try, little boy. I know for a fact that my testosterone is 10 trillion and yours is 0. So based on that alone, plus a billion other factors, such as my manliness, my alpha maleness, my swag, overall levels, and a billion more things. Just, she will obviously say yes to me. And even if you two are fake dating, she'll break up with you immediately to say yes to me. I just know some things that you don't know, Brent. Get over it. So the emo kid walks away. And Brent's like, well, my conscience is clear because I tried to warn the kid not to do it. I tried to warn the kid, right? I'm not a bad guy. I told him not to do it. I told him. I said, I even gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, I don't like you, but I want to help you here. He didn't listen to me. It's not my fault, whatever happens tomorrow. Next day rolls around. At soccer practice, the emo kid for the entire morning is like, Brent, better spend the last moments with Emily as you can because she's about to be my girlfriend. Oh, and Brent's like, dude, shut up, dude. He's like, oh my God, am I getting to you, man? Am I getting to you, man? Oh, man, it was so easy to break your thin, weak beta skin. Oh, my God, my words are hurting you so much. I'm going to lick up your little salty tears. They're so tasty and so good. And Brent's like, shut up, bro. You're going to get embarrassed. I can't wait for the moment. She better go hard. Anyways, flash forward to lunch. The moment. So anyways, Brent is sitting with Emily, and Emily's like, dude, the emo kid, I can't see him anywhere. And Brent's like, dude, he's going to ask you out. It's happening. Get over it. It's going to happen any second. She's like, he's going to do it the next day, which means probably now. Probably now in front of everyone. And, Brent's like, that's what he said he would do. And Brent was like, oh my God, don't turn around. Because Brent was looking, and the emo kid was walking over. And what was he walking over with? He was walking over with a boombox. You already know where this is going. And Brent's like, you know what? Brace yourself. Try and have an out-of-body experience right now so you don't have to deal with what's about to happen. This is about to be bad, Emily. I'm so sorry. And Emily's like, oh my God, oh my God. And that's when you start to hear music. It's the emo kid's personal band. So it's like this heavy metal rock band. So just imagine some like heavy metal rock going in the background. And the lyrics are, Emily, Emily, why do you hang with losers like Brent? Emily, please love me. Yeah. And it's just kind of like more stuff like that in the background. And the emo kid is like rocking out by himself with an air guitar while this is all going on. It is the worst moment of Brent's life because the secondhand embarrassment is so strong, he's basically getting firsthand embarrassment from the whole thing. Everyone has stopped eating and turned around, including the camp counselors. They're just watching this kid bounce around with an air guitar with his like super long black bangs flying all around the place as this boombox plays one of the crappiest songs they've ever heard, terribly mixed, the worst lyrics, basically saying that Brent sucks and that she should be in love with him, and he's bouncing around, and then after 5 whole excruciating minutes, and everyone at this point is laughing and trying to hold themselves together, after 5 whole long excruciating minutes of the worst music ever and some like really bad air guitar and bouncing around, the song stops and the emo kid says, Emily, it is clear who you shall choose. What is your verdict? And Emily's like, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I'm not going out with you. Emo kid's like, that's hilarious. What's your actual verdict? Emily's like, dude, I don't know you. He's like, dude, that's hilarious. What's your actual verdict? And Brent's like, all right, man, that's enough. Let's concede while we're behind. The emo kid looks at Brent and says, this isn't over, man. And he walks away with his boombox. And Brent's like, why did he say that to me? I didn't dump him. And Emily's like, dude, that was worse than I could have ever imagined. And right, so Robin, the friend who warned them, came over again and said, look, I should have warned you about that. I didn't think it was real. I didn't even think that was actually going to happen. I was told earlier this morning and I laughed. I'm so sorry. I should take anything that you hear about this kid seriously from this point on because, oh my God. And Emily's like, wait. Oh no, we still have an activity tonight, for this afternoon. And Brent's like, oh my God, he said this isn't over. And sure enough, it was far from over. So they get to the activity that afternoon. So it was probably the worst possible activity that it could have been because it was small groups of charades. They kind of ran out. They had something else planned, but since it started to rain, they had to go inside. So they're like, all right, we're going to break you off into small groups of 3. And we're going to have you play charades with each other. And at this point, they're like, okay, what are the odds? Brent's like, what are the odds that I'm put with? And the person says, Brent, Emily, and emo kid. And Brent's like, you got to be joking, man. You got to be joking. Apparently, right, Robin tells him this, later on, once the camp is over. Apparently, because she was talking with one of the camp counselors about everything that went down. The camp counselor said that, once, it started to rain, the emo kid went up to them and asked what they were doing. Camp counselor said, oh, we're doing small groups of charades. And the emo kid requested that his 2 best friends and him were put together in a group. So it wasn't just random, it was the emo kid. But Brent didn't know that at the time. So Brent looks at Emily, and Emily looks at Brent. And they're both basically just like, oh boy. And they both look at the emo kid, who has a massive smile on his face. So all 3 of them go away to a corner. And the emo kid's like, Emily, I might have came on too strong. And she's like, well, that's an understatement. But he's like, I will show you the truth. Brent, I challenge you to an alpha battle. Brent's just like, what's an alpha battle? Ha! You're such a beta for not knowing what an alpha battle is. Beta. He's like, an alpha battle will be proof that I am alpha and you are a weak beta. And then Emily will choose me. And Emily's like, I'm not. And he's like, wait, your heart will tell you otherwise after the alpha battle. Emily's like, okay, I'm still not going to. She's like, God, stop, silence, woman. And Brent was like, whoa, chill out, dude. He's like, you silence too? We're having an alpha battle right now. So, right, this just kind of looks like they're doing really weird charades from afar, but the emo kid is like, all right, let's form our best wolf poses. Brent's like, what? He said, form your best wolf poses now. And emo kid, Brent's like, all right. Ooh, emo kid's like, that is the worst wolf pose I've ever seen. You were definitely not part wolf like I am. And the emo kid does this really weird pose. He's like, oh my god, I'm wolfing so hard right now. This is the most emo thing. I mean, the most the most alpha thing I've ever done. Oh my god. At this point, Emily's like, guys, you are both embarrassing yourselves. Emo kid is like, no, you will see that I'm the most alpha. I swear. Emo kid's like, all right, let's do it. Wrestle me. And, Brent's like, what? Emo kid jumps on top of him, just tackles him to the ground. Because he's like 20 pounds heavier, right? And a little bit taller. And Brent was completely taken off guard. He's like, bro, stop. What are you doing? And the emo kid's like, I'm out alphaing you. That's when the camp counselor comes over and says, all right, guys, break it up. Tears the two of them apart. He's like, all right, so we're only doing this for 20 more minutes, but it looks like you two can't keep off of each other, so I'm going to be joining your group. Imagine how awkward this is. It is Emily, Brent, the emo kid, and a random camp counselor. So they do normal charades, right? And the entire time, the emo kid is like sneaking in punches to Brent's arm. He's like, ow. And when the camp counselor looks up, the emo kid puts his arms behind his back. And the emo kid's like, this isn't over, man. And then the emo kid walks over to Emily. He's like, tss, tss, Emily, tss. Emily's like, what? Do you think I'm more alpha? Shut up, kid. Emo kid's like, no. Okay, I'll just be direct. Do you want to go out with me? No! And the camp counselor was like, guys, silence while I'm doing charades. And Emily's like, dude, I don't want to go out with you. How many times do I need to tell you this? Emo kid's like, but I'm definitely more alpha. She's like, that's not a real thing. So the next day rolls around. It's Thursday. And that afternoon, there's no real activity. It's just known as like the soccer dance or whatever. And during the soccer dance, there's one coveted slow song where anyone who has feelings for each other might ask for like a slow song or something. And sure enough, let's just jump to the dance because the emo kid is like being a jerk to Brent all day, but that's not anything new. And sure enough, it is the dance. And they're putting on normal songs. And Emily and Robin and Brent are all together like, dude. And Robin's like, dude, the emo kid is definitely going to try and get that slow song with you. Like, Brent, you got to swoop in right away. Because at this point, Brent and Emily were, like, unofficially a thing. They're only at camp for a week, so they're not going to make, like, a long-term relationship. Let's have kids, baby. Okay, you know what I mean. But sure enough, the slow song comes on. And Brent's like, oh my God. And Emily's like, quickly. And you can see the emo kid sprinting from the other side of the room. So Emily and Brent quickly like get together in the slow song, kind of like whatever. And Emily's standing there and she feels Brent being ripped off of him. And the emo kid grabs Brent, rips him off Emily and tackles him on the ground. And this is where the camp counselors are like, oh, okay, foul play. They go in, they grab the emo kid and they like run it, like they take him off. They're like, all right, buddy, this is like your third strike and you are out. So they call up the parents of the emo kid. They say, your son can't come tomorrow. He's like fighting this one kid again and again and he won't stop. And so sure enough, the emo kid was picked up, taken away, and Brent and Emily finished off with a slow song together. The next day rolls around. It is Friday. It is only a half day where basically the parents come and watch a little like soccer presentation that all the kids have done. And by the end of it, right, most people are packing up. Brent and Emily are gone. And you remember the friend Robin from the beginning? One of the camp counselors and Robin were like friends or whatever, or like friendly. And the camp counselor's like, do you happen to know about that like emo looking kid? Like, do you happen to know what was up with him? And Robin's like, do I have a story?
Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it. Do it.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got a story time of a spoiled kid who loses it on his coach. I know you guys will enjoy this story, so sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing. Fantastic deal, by the way. With that all being said, let's just jump right into it. So this all happened during tryouts for the soccer team during the subscribers' 6th grade year. So anyways, the soccer team was pretty big at the subscribers' school, and every single year they would have tryouts.
So this school went from like started in 5th grade and went all the, well, okay, it started from like 1st grade or whatever and went all the way to 8th grade. And people could start trying out for sports teams in 5th grade. The thing is, though, in 5th grade, a lot of people weren't actually, were going to get cut because, you know, they were either too young or, but if there were a few like superstars in 5th grade, they were allowed on the team. So the subscriber was one of those, so he has been on the team before. Anyways, though, starting in 6th grade, so 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, anyone who tries out for the team will get on. Does that mean that they'll get playtime? Like, will they actually go out and play soccer? No, but they will technically be on the team, probably just on the bench the entire time. Maybe if they're a game that doesn't matter, they'll get some playtime, and they'll definitely practice. So anyways, right, this was 6th grade. So the subscriber has always been through has already been through the trials and tribulations of, the first round of cuts in 5th grade where, he could actually get cut. And the subscriber is like one of 2 out of 25 that tried out that actually got on the team. So the next year comes around and the subscriber knows a lot of people on the team already. He knows the coaches and he's going in with a lot more confidence. 1, because he was on the team last year, and 2, because, you can't not be on the team. Anyways, though, so a lot of other kids, are trying out. And, some of them were good. Some of them were almost cut some of them were on the cusp of being on last year, but just had to get cut, right? And so a lot of them tried out and they were obviously going to be ones playing. Really, these tryouts were less about who's going to be on the team because everyone was going to be on the team. And they were more about, who's actually going to be playing most likely. So yeah, there's some kids from last year who barely got cut, who got a lot better. And, they're probably going to be playing this time. And now we move on to the spoiled kid. So the spoiled kid was not super athletic, which, it's fair. I used to just play racket sports in high school, so I kind of get it. I wasn't a good soccer player. I think I tried out for the quad squad in soccer, which is we had 4 teams. That's how bad it was. And I just knew. I walked off halfway through the practice because I was like, nah, dude, I'm just not good enough for the quad squad. So I feel it, right? But the spoiled kid, not super athletic, but he really liked to believe that he was some kind of athletic superstar, because the spoiled kid had a certain belief that he was not only an athletic superstar, he was also an intellectual heavyweight. He was a man of insane charisma, insane everything. Bro really thought that he was the jack of all, no, he thought he was the master of all trades, not the jack of all trades, the master of all trades. So yeah, anyways, right, the subscriber, since he was on the team last year, was actually asked by the coaches as well as a couple other players to kind of help lead practice and to kind of report back with what they saw, because there was a ton of kids, right? And the coaches kind of wanted to right away, more or less, get to the point where they could start actually, playing, or actually, they wanted help figuring out, who would be playing, who would probably be on the bench, and how to sort the team. Because there was a ton of people. It was a fairly big school, and they kind of only had 1 team. So it was a lot for 2 coaches. So the subscriber was one of a few others that were asked to help out. So anyways, right, the subscriber watches, and he sees the spoiled kid. And the spoiled kid, I think, was aware that the subscriber was one of the mini coaches in a sense. He was one of the ones that would kind of decide where people would be put. So the spoiled kid comes up to the subscribers hey, dude, I just want you to pay extra special attention to me, because I'm telling you, I'm going to blow your expectations out of the water. And the subscriber's all right, man, sure, I'm paying attention to everyone, but I'll make sure to pay attention to you too. And the spoiled kid's dude, watch this. And he runs, he sees a soccer ball. He sprints up to it and he kicks it. But when he kicks it, he doesn't make direct contact with his foot. It only he kind of whiffs a little bit. So it catches the edge of his foot and just lightly flies to the left of him when he was very intentionally trying to kick straight. And the spoiled kid at first looks super embarrassed, but then he's oh, dude, wasn't that a perfect slice shot, how I perfectly got it to fly awkwardly to the left instead of straight? Dude, that was my intention the whole time. And the subscriber, who's really good at soccer and can tell when someone's intends to do something and when it was very obviously a shank, right? Just very obviously not supposed to do that. He's okay, dude, haha, good stuff, man, haha. Okay. yeah, he's yeah, okay. Obviously, this kid did not mean to do that. I'm not an idiot. I look, I have eyes, believe it or not. I have functioning eyes. I have a brain. Very obviously, he did not mean to do that. But yeah, anyways, right, so sure enough, the spoiled kid for the rest of practice continues to go on and be like, dude, look at me, look at this. So they have like so something that's pretty important in soccer is just like your kind of like your stamina and fitness, because a lot of people, you'll be running back and forth for a lot of the game, and your footwork is really important. So one of the kind of just basic fitness tests they have is, yeah, you guys probably are going to get PTSD from this stuff, but the pacer fitness test, where it's like you have to run from side to side and it gets like less and less every single time. And yeah, so they had one of these, and the spoiled kid was talking mad game, bro. He was talking mad game beforehand. He was up to the subscriber like, dude, I think like you got to give me my own pacer test, because like you got to make mine like twice as hard, because bro, it's not even gonna be funny how fast I destroy everybody, bro. Like it's not even gonna be funny. And the subscriber's like, okay, dude, like relax, but okay. And so when they actually do the pacer fitness test, which is it basically, guys, it's like a running test, but it's like sprinting stamina type thing. If you haven't done it, if you have done it, then you probably already know the monotone voice of terror, right? And yeah, so the spoiled kid does it, and he immediately gets clobbered. Like everyone else is outrunning him by a ton, which is like fine, dude. You don't have to be great at running. It's okay. But at the same time, it's just ironic because he said, God, I'm going to blow everyone out of the water. I need a test twice as good, man. Yeah. So anyways, right, sure enough, the spoiled kid just gets absolutely destroyed in the pacer fitness test. And by the end of practice, the spoiled kid comes up to the subscribers like, pretty impressive, right? And the subscriber's like, I mean, I guess, which was a lie, but he's not going to be a jerk about it, right? And the spoiled kid's like, I bet I'll see myself playing center field on first game. I don't know soccer terms that well, but I don't know if that's a soccer term, bro. Bro should have said, I'm going to be the star quarterback in soccer, right? Bros kind of have that mentality, right? Anyways, though, so sure enough, the subscriber, he reports back to the coaches. It's like, hey, so these are the kids I think are probably going to be playing for us most of the time. These ones have potential. And all the rest are going to be great they're going to be killer bench warmers, basically. He wasn't trying to be a jerk about it, but he was just being straight up about who's probably going to play, who's not. Obviously, if some kid was just playing really bad during tryouts and tends to do better during practice, like obviously the coaches are always looking for that and are super open to change things up. Because at the end of the day, the coaches really, I mean, they might have favorites, but in theory, the coaches don't have favorites. They just have people, they just want to have the best team possible, right? So anyways, yeah, the subscriber does not mention the spoiled kid in one of the people that are going to be playing or could be playing. The spoiled kid kind of just gets lumped up with the rest, right? The rest that probably will just be on the bench or just like practice, right? So anyways, they get to practice, and it's kind of obvious on the first couple weeks of like who's actually, because it was like divided up into two teams or two practice sessions, right? And so one group was obviously the better group, and the other group was pretty obviously the worst group. Just, I mean, it just is what it is, right? And so the spoiled kid comes up to the subscribers like, dude, like, I was put in the better group, right? And the subscriber's like, there's no better group, haha. There's just two groups. Absolute lie. That's like in math class in high school when you're put into like low, middle, or high math, and they're like, these are all actually just different math classes. It's not high math or low. Dude. Look, I went from high math to low math, bro. I was on the decline from middle school to high school. And now I might be a math major, so you can turn it around, my friend. But, dude, don't lie to my face. I know I'm in low math. I know I'm in slow math. I know how it is. I felt the burn, too. Anyways, though, a little bit of an awkward side tangent for me. I apologize. But yeah, so sure enough, right, the subscriber's like, dude, there's just two teams, haha. And the spoiled kid's like, okay, wink, wink. Like, I know I'm on the good team, wink, which if you, like, looked at the two teams play, obviously one was not. There was obviously one that was better and one that was not. And let me just say the spoiled kid was on the not team. Like, I don't know how to say it nicer. He just wasn't on the better team, bro. Anyways, though, so yeah, sure enough, the subscribers is like, okay, like, whatever, fine. So they practice for the next couple weeks, and in a couple weeks, or in that time period, is their first game. So the practice before the game, the coach decides that he's going to let them know the order of, like, how they're going to be. Like, he said, okay, so these are the people that are going to be playing right away, just so they could get a sense, and he wouldn't tell them right before. People kind of already knew. Like, it was pretty clear to everyone who was going to be playing first and who wasn't. Yeah, so anyways, right, sure enough, the spoiled kid is not named as one of the first people to be playing. And here's the thing. There's actually a lot of, like, really good players that weren't named. They just knew that probably they were going to be the ones that were swapped in, like, throughout the game. Like, no one got upset over the order. It was kind of just like, I don't know. It was as if the coaches were stating the obvious, and the only things that were, like, kind of important were for the really good players to know if they were playing right away or if they were going to be swapped in, like, 5 minutes or 10 minutes into the game. That was really what was happening, and no one made a stink about it. But for some reason, the subscriber happens to look over at the spoiled kid, and you just see his face, and his face is red as a tomato. Spoiled kid is big mad. So anyways, they're walking back, and they're walking back to, I don't know, class or home, or they're done, right? And the subscriber happens to be walking all by himself. And the spoiled kid, like, storms up to him. He says, "I thought I was on the good team." And the subscriber's like, okay, first of all, I didn't say you were or weren't. I just said that there were two teams. Second of all the coaches did were list the players that were going to start first. While I don't necessarily know if you are or aren't going to be subbed in, there's a lot of good players that were not listed there. It's like there's like 50 people on the team and only 8 can start. Okay, that maybe 12 can. I don't know soccer like that. Please, or American football. Dude, or not American football. Football, soccer, please don't torch me. Anyways, I don't know sports like that, bro. I'm just not that type of guy. Anyways, so yeah, the subscriber's trying to be like, dude, like, relax. Like, he kind of knows he's definitely not going to be subbed in. But the spoiled kid is like, you know what? I will show you guys tomorrow. I will show you guys that I am the best soccer player of all time. And he just, like, storms off. And, I mean, what's the subscriber supposed to do? No, dude, come back. You really are the best. Like, no, shut up, bro. No one cares. So yeah, let's just say that the spoiled kid is about to absolutely ruin the soccer game and go ballistic on the coach. But it's about to be real funny. Real quick though, comment soccer down below, or if you're from a country that calls it football, comment football. Really, comment either of the two. It's up to you, whichever you call it, right? Yeah, so comment that down below, and if you're listening on YouTube, make sure to check out the pinned comment or the first link in the description, as we also have a presence on Spotify, and please follow us on there and listen on there if you use Spotify as well. And yeah, finally, the best way to support the channel is to binge watch these videos. That just means watch a bunch of these videos in a row. So if you happen to be on a streak of like 2 or 3 or maybe more videos, please comment down below how many videos you've been watching today, or how many videos you watched this week, or what you plan to do while watching these videos, right? It's super interesting for me to know. That all being said, let's get back to the spoiled kid absolutely ruining the rest of the story. Okay, so let's skip ahead to the actual game. This is the first game of the year. Remember, there's a lot of people in the stadium. Like, this is a pretty big deal. I think that arguably at this kid's middle school, that soccer is like the most important team. A lot of times in high school, it'll be like football or hockey, but at least at this middle school at this time, soccer was the big deal. Like, everyone showed up to the games. It was like really cool to be starting. It was really cool to be one of the players, right? So yeah, they get there. You know, the other team's warming up. They're warming up. And the spoiled kid goes up to the coaches, and he's like, guys. And the subscriber happens to overhear this as he's close enough. He's like, guys, I think you're making a massive mistake. I'm actually really good. The coaches are, oh, you are good, spoiled kid. We just think that for the strategy for this game specifically, we're going to start with the players that we've started with. And the spoiled kid's like, no. I think you guys are making a massive mistake. Like, put me in the center. Just give me the ball immediately. I'm going to do little trick shots. I'm going to do a little dribbling. I'm going to do a little back and forth spin moves. And I'm going to get in the goal like 6 times. Trust. And the two coaches kind of like look at each other like, oh, brother, this guy stinks. Yeah. So they kind of look at each other and they're just kind of like, okay. And they turn back to him. They're like, hey, man, look, we're very open to changing strategy, like for the next game, for any other game. And if you can show to us during practice that you really are at these kids' level, and maybe you can play really well with them, and even if you're a little below their level, maybe you're a great team player. Not true, but maybe you're a great team player, then sure. However, we have the people we want to go up first. And the spoiled kid starts getting red like a tomato once again. He's like, you guys are making a massive mistake. And he starts yelling. And the coaches are like, hey, like, don't raise your voice at us. Like, you know, it's not that deep. And also, we're your coaches. Like, you're supposed to listen to us. The spoiled kid's like, you guys are big, stupid idiots, and storms away. And the coaches are like kind of looking at each other like they were trying to be nice to the spoiled kid because they just knew for a fact he was never going to be the one playing like that. But like now, like there's no reason for them to be nice to him anymore because they're like, oh, well, he blew up on us. Like, might as well just like, I don't know, like that's tough for him, bro. I don't know. Yeah. So sure enough, right? The subscriber's like, okay, well, I guess the spoiled kid has completely ruined his chances of ever even getting an opportunity to play because he wasn't good enough. But now the coaches aren't going to even be nice and give him like a shot, right? So, okay, the game starts, and the game is actually really close. This is like one of their rivals. It's a really big deal. I think the coaches wish that they played this team a little bit later on because it was such a big deal, and I don't know, maybe they wanted more time or something. But the game is super, super intense. And so one of the players looks a little tired, so the coach decides to sub them out. This is where the spoiled kid ruins everything. Yeah, so basically at this point, the spoiled kid... Okay, so what's happening is, like, they're subbing someone out. So they're saying, you, like, come out. So one of the players runs off the field. And so the coaches turns around to, like, point to another player to go on. But the spoiled kid, like, runs off the bench and into the field. And the coach is like, no, like, you're not, like, get back here, whatever. Like, you're not subbed in. But I don't think the refs notice, and they blow the whistle to start playing again. So all of a sudden, the spoiled kid is on the field. And at this point, right, the subscriber was on the field for a long time, but now he's taking a break, whatever, so he's out the field. And he's like, oh, no. Because this is a really important game, and it's really intense, and the spoiled kid's on the field. So the spoiled kid, bro, he's crazy. So the other team has, like, the ball, and instead of staying in formation, the spoiled kid starts sprinting towards the kid. And the kid kicks the ball, and the spoiled kid jumps on top of the ball, grabs it with both hands. So obviously the ref blows the whistle. You can't grab a soccer ball with both hands. And just proceeds to start sprinting across the field with the soccer ball in his hands. Bro actually thought this was football for a second. So he has the soccer ball in his hands. He's sprinting across the other side. And, like, everyone kind of just stops playing because they're just like, dude, what? And he, like, the spoiled kid grabs the ball and just, like, dives into the other side's goal. And after, like, a couple seconds, he gets up off the ground. He takes the ball. He throws it on the ground. You know, when people spike the football in football, when they like, oh, my God, we won, like, whatever, American football, and they spike it, and then they do a little victory dance. The spoiled kid starts doing the default dance from Fortnite because he thinks he just scored a goal or whatever. Bro actually has no idea what he's doing. So, like, the entire audience, like, everyone is silent. There's a ton of talking in the audience of, like, what's going on? Like, this is ridiculous. So the coach, like, blows a whistle. They get a ton of penalties, whatever. The spoiled kid is, like, ushered off, like, the side or whatever. And the coaches are yelling, like, what are you thinking? Like, what did you do? You might just cost us the game. And, yeah. He actually did cost them the game because they got a penalty. They were able to score. And from that point on, they just lost the momentum. And yeah, so for that reason, the spoiled kid lost them the game because he wanted to be that guy so bad. And after that point, no one had ever been kicked off the soccer team. Up until now. Yes, the spoiled kid was the first person in their high school's history to ever be kicked off the soccer team. And yeah, I guess he holds that title. But yeah, that's the story, man. So if you're watching this video and want to support, click on one of the videos on screen right now. And if you're listening on Spotify, listen to another story to help the channel out. And peace.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a story time for you guys that I really think you'll enjoy because I think most of you guys enjoy games, at least to a little bit. I know at least I enjoy Minecraft, as you're seeing in the background. And today's story takes place back when I was in 5th grade and I went to a summer camp. And one of my friends at the camp really liked this girl. And this girl basically said no to him and said that I said no to you because you play games and I hate gamers and gamers are disgusting. That's basically what she told him. But at the end of the story, there's a pretty crazy twist that really does make the whole thing worth listening to. So I do hope you guys enjoy. And if you don't want to be called disgusting by your crush, subscribe to the channel with notifications on because you won't see my stories otherwise. And also leave a like on the video as I'm feeling generous today and will give you nothing in return if you do so. And yeah, let's hop right into the story. So as I said a little bit in the beginning of the video, I went to this summer camp for 2 weeks when I was in 5th grade.
And so I got there and I didn't really know anyone there. And in the very beginning of the summer camp, there was a lot of icebreaker activities. At this time in fifth grade, as you guys might know from some of my other story times, I was a big fan of Minecraft. I kind of didn't really play it that much in like the beginning of high school, but definitely like fifth grade, sixth grade, I was a big fan of it. And a lot of my school friends and I would spend a lot of time talking about it. We would play it. It was really just a really good time, just a fun time. Also, my friend was a big fan of Mega Walls at the time, if you remember that game. That has a lot of memories to me. Anyways, though, I'm at this camp, right, and I don't know anyone, and there's an icebreaker activity. Basically, the icebreaker activity goes along the lines of basically someone can basically say something that they like or they really like, and then basically anyone else who like also enjoys that subject matter can like come to the middle and like, you know, talk to the people and like hang out with them or whatever. So the game was played a little bit, and there was some kind of like generic stuff like I like ice cream, I like dogs, and it's like, yeah, I like ice cream, I like dogs, and I went to the center for those, but because it was so like broad and generic, like half the like if not more than half the people went to the center, so it wasn't super helpful. Basically, then this one guy comes to the center and he basically says that he really likes Minecraft. And now this one was a bit more specific, and while Minecraft was super popular at the time, it was really only like 4 to 5 guys who went to the center, and I was one of the 4 to 5 guys. And because this was kind of a smaller group of people, the thing is, those actually became my friends during the 2 weeks at camp. I'm actually still somewhat in contact with like a few of them. But basically, those 4 to 5 guys are the kind of the main friends I have at the camp. And one of them is one of the main protagonists at the camp as well. And his name is Will. So my other, like, you know, the other 4, or I think it was like, yeah, the other 3 friends at that time, because there was like 5 people in the center. One of them was me, one of them was Will. The other 3 friends, they still play a role in the story, but like not big enough that I should give them a name and then get confused. So if they say something, I'll just say one of my friends said, and this assume it's not me or Will who said that. So we kind of form a little friend group, and it's not like a clique or anything. If anyone wanted to be friends with us, they could, but you know, we kind of like, we start talking about Minecraft. We start talking about like our favorite things to do, if there are any servers we like to play on, like basically our thoughts of what they should add, all that. Is Hero Brian real, you know, all that good stuff, man. But anyways, right, so the day goes on and like there's a nighttime activity and we're just still sticking together. And right, so you know, we've kind of formed a friend group, and we really like Minecraft, but we're also kind of known as like the group of kids that went to the center who said that they really liked Minecraft. I'm not saying that like everyone else like didn't like it, but we were like the five of us. We were like the 5 kids that were like known to be the kids who liked Minecraft, because we all went to the center, and then afterwards everyone always saw us together. So that was kind of a reputation, which was very fair, if I'm going to be honest, because that's like all we talked about, man. That's kind of all we talked about. Anyways, so a couple days into the 2-week-long camp, my friend Will comes back to us and tells us about this girl who he met at one of these kind of like camp activities. And this girl's name, let's just call her Sarah, right? So, you know, Will basically was like, you know, he was at one of these activities, and we weren't there because during the day, you know, they kind of choose what you do half the time, like for the activities. Some activities you just kind of can go to with your friends, but a lot of these activities, right, you kind of have to go to with like, you're assigned them, and it's kind of whoever you meet, which is good because if you don't really have like a group of friends there, it's always an opportunity to meet people. So it makes a lot of sense, right? But anyways, while he was there was this new girl there. Her name was Sarah, and he was like, yo, I really like this girl. So obviously we were super supportive, and we're like, okay, man, you're totally going to get Sarah. Don't even think about it. Like, we got you. Like, we'll come up with something. Like, we got your back on this. And it was kind of fun, man. Like, it's always fun when you're like, especially like back when you're a little kid, your friend had a crush on someone. You're like, ooh, right. But, and then you're like, okay, let's come up with a plan, guys. And then you make it all serious for no reason. We're like, okay, time for a top secret meeting, right? So we all you know, got into like, you know, we had to like check the room, we had to go in there, we got like a whiteboard, we're like, all right, what's the plan?
Basically, we sat down and we decided that the best course of action would be that Will would go and talk to her the next day because there were kind of like free period like times. There's like lunch and then there was kind of like a recess type thing where basically you could go hang out with whoever, right? And so even if he didn't get her in another one of these activities, because that was kind of like randomly selected and we didn't want to play the odds game, especially since we had such limited time at this point and we just didn't have enough time to like really like we couldn't bet on that basically. We wanted him to go up and talk to her one more time, and then after that, basically admit how he feels and ask if she wants to do something after camp, because this camp was kind of held locally. It wasn't an overnight camp, it wasn't a sleepaway camp, and basically at the end of the day, like, you went home, so maybe they could go see a movie or something. But basically, we wanted him to talk to her one more time, and then kind of, pull the trigger and see what we can do, right? So the next day, Will eventually gets the courage to talk to her, and it's recess period, so we don't all go up to talk to her with him, but we're like far enough away that we're obviously like, well, we didn't think was obvious. In retrospect, we were kind of looking, laughing, and maybe we were pointing, so maybe it was a little obvious, right? But but at the time we thought we were far enough away that like she wouldn't notice that we were watching, and we were basically looking at what was happening, and from our perspective, it looked like it was going really well because Will was talking to her and she didn't like, I don't know, run away. I guess the fact that she responded was like a win enough for us, which I don't know what that says, but that definitely hey, she responded to him. That was good enough for us. We were like, okay, he's got this in the bag. So the next day rolls around and we're like, okay, bro, okay, Will, it's finally the day. All you got to do is ask her out on a date to the movies. Like, how could it go wrong? You guys spoke once. That has to be good enough. Of course, fifth grade logic, but whatever, man. It was what it was. So anyways, right, so we're outside at recess, and we don't want to, like, crowd him. So we do the same thing. We stand away far enough that, like, we can kind of see what's going on, but we can't actually hear what's going on. And we see Will go up to her. We see him get her attention. We see him say something, and then we see Sarah's face, and it looks kind of amused. And I was like, okay, amused is better than angry or crying, but amused isn't exactly what we're looking for here, you know what I mean? So Will looks a little defeated, and we're like, okay, this can't be good. So he comes back, and basically we're like, okay, dude, what happened? And he just looks at us all defeated like, I don't really want to talk about it. So you already knew, like, right away that it wasn't going to be good. So basically, we didn't ask Will about it for a second, but by the end of the day, before we left, he was like, guys, okay, let's talk about what happened. I think you guys at least deserve to know. Just TLDR, didn't go well, so just be heads up for that. So we're like, oh man, we're sorry about that. But then he told us the details, bro. Goes on to explain that Sarah said, no, I will not go on a date with you. I don't want to go on a date with someone who's a gamer like you. You're known as one of the Minecraft kids, and I would never be caught going out with someone who is one of the Minecraft kids, so no. Basically being extra rude about it, basically saying that, like, because he played Minecraft, because he played games, she would never go out with him, basically. This sounds a little cruel and petty, but remember, this was 5th grade. Even for 5th grade, to be fair, this was cruel and petty, but remember, it kind of not expected, but, like, this isn't, like, high school or college. This is still middle school. But at the same time, man, even we thought this was a little mean back in the day. You might be thinking, wow, this is kind of a sad story. Let me just say that, it gets a lot better. There's a pretty big twist. But before I get into the twist, if you made it this far into the video, comment door down below, like the thing that you enter a building with, like a door. I just want to see how many people made it this far into the video, as I really do appreciate people watching my videos all the way. So basically, the next day rolls around, and somehow we figure out that Sarah has a thing for this other guy at this camp named PJ. I think I was telling one of my other friends there who was, like, friends with Sarah about the whole thing that went down, and she basically explained, she said, oh, that's so tough, like, I don't know why she was mean about it. Then she also said something about how Sarah had a thing for PJ so that Will shouldn't feel bad because, she probably wasn't going to go out with them, video games or not. And I was like, okay, that's good to know. And funny enough, so the day goes on and we're actually in a group. And this is one of those kind of like group activities where you're assigned. And we got pretty lucky. All my friends and I were in the same group. And then also PJ was in the same group. So we're talking to PJ, and he's actually a pretty cool guy. And I don't really explain to Will that, Sarah has a thing for him since, like, I just learned it, and we just met the guy, and I was like, he seems cool enough, right? Like, and I didn't want to open, like, old wounds or anything. So I was just like, okay, like, whatever. I told him eventually, but in the beginning, it was just like we were just chilling with them. It was a good time. And eventually, the topic of like Minecraft comes up, and PJ admits that he actually is also a pretty big fan. I don't want to say admits, man. He was proud about it. He enjoyed it, right? The only person who really seemed it to be like something you'd want to admit would be Sarah, bro. She's the only person who really thought it as something as like shameful or something. I don't even know. But anyways, PJ admits that, he also plays Minecraft. So, we talk about that. And we actually kind of bond over that, man. I'm going to be honest. Like, the thing is, like, he actually kind of joined our group afterwards. This was about a week in, so we didn't have a ton of time with him, but it was still kind of nice, right? So the next couple of days, okay, so we had a weekend break, and we talked to him a little bit over that. And then when we came back the next week, we hung out the first couple days together. The next week, he was kind of like now part of our group or whatever, because we all kind of enjoyed Minecraft, right? And just so you know, over the weekend, I did tell Will, I'm like, hey, by the way, I found out that Sarah, also likes this PJ guy, so just be aware. I hope it doesn't matter. And he said, yeah, no, it really doesn't matter at all. He was kind of over the whole Sarah thing anyways. I mean, we were just at camp. We were in 5th grade. Minecraft was obviously much more important to us at the time. So we're all sitting at lunch one day, and I see Sarah walking up to the table that we're sitting with, and it's me, my friends, Will is there, and PJ, who is now one of our buddies too. He's also sitting at the lunch table, and he was kind of facing behind her, so he didn't really see her coming, and I was just thinking to myself, okay, man, this is going to be interesting. What's about to go down? So Sarah came up to PJ, and, apparently they've been talking a little bit throughout the last week or so. PJ wasn't aware of the whole Will thing, which we just didn't think was necessary. Like, at this point, he was over it. We were over it. It would have just made drama. But Sarah had been talking to PJ for a little bit, and then Sarah, while just kind of standing there after a little bit of small talk, was like, while Will was there, she knew Will was there, so this was a little bit extra cruel just because of that fact, but Sarah basically goes to PJ and says, hey, do you want to maybe go to the movies tonight? And it was a Wednesday. And then PJ looks at her and says, sorry, I got plans. I'm actually going back and playing Minecraft with these guys. Sarah was like, okay, and left, and while we didn't explain to PJ why that was probably the best, most incredible thing he could have ever done, and why Will probably loved him 10x times as much as he did before. We couldn't explain it to him, but bro, I was looking at Will's face after that. He was just sitting there, and he was just smiling because this girl basically rejected him because, oh no, he played Minecraft. And then all of a sudden, the guy of her dreams rejects her to go play Minecraft with Will. And it was a good way to end the camp. And we had no more drama for the rest of the camp. We had a good last couple days together, and some of us even still talk to this day, which is pretty cool. Anyways, guys, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is watch another one of my videos. There's a chance that you'll see some videos on screen right now, and if not, just go ahead and click on my channel, but also feel free, if you want to watch more storytime videos, to click the storytime playlist on screen, and if you don't see it for some reason, storytime playlist will also be linked in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, peace. What's up, guys? Scrubs here. Oh, wait, wrong channel. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I got a story for you, and it's quite an entertaining one, if I do say myself. So this story is about a kid who got expelled from his school, and for all the things he could have been expelled for, he was expelled for Minecraft. Yeah, no, you heard me right. You don't have to double check your ear pods or your headphones or your actual ears attached to your head. You heard me right, man. This guy was expelled from Minecraft. Oh my god, my voice. And if you don't want to get expelled from your school, make sure to go down and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. If you don't turn on the notifications, you won't ever see my story time or commentary videos. So yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right into it. So I have a friend, Jake, and when Jake was in 7th grade, he had a final presentation for his class, and I forgot exactly what class this was. It was either like English or maybe it was like social studies or something. I don't know, man, but it was something where it wasn't super mathy and it was more like you had to show off some kind of like ability to like
present and like talk about a topic and have good writing. So it was one of those classes, right? And this was the final project for Jake's year, so it was a really, really big deal. And okay, it was 7th grade, so it wasn't like the biggest thing ever, but at the end of the day, man, like it was the final project. It was as big a deal as it was gonna get. So basically what happened, right, was you were able to kind of choose whatever topic you wanted within some kind of boundaries, because, you know, you couldn't really choose any topic. The teacher basically said that it had to be, you know, it had to be educational. It had to be a topic about history, right? Yeah, okay, so this was a history class. I'm remembering the story as I'm telling it, so if I have to repeat myself a little bit and change some details, my bad about that. Jake told me this like a little while ago, but I'm trying to tell it now, right? So this was a history class, and in this history class, you had to, like, they covered a wide range of things. It wasn't like a specific history class like European history or American history. It was kind of like, I would say, similar to like a big history class where it went over like a lot of topics. So basically the teacher was like, choose a topic from history, right? Choose a topic from history and talk about it and just have a presentation about it. And yeah, that's basically it. The problem was the teacher decided to not vet the topics people were choosing, which probably isn't a great idea, you know, especially since, you know, you couldn't do anything, but it was also choose your own topic. So, you know, to be fair, the teacher kind of played himself a little bit, but also once you hear exactly what the presentation of Jake's classmate was, it's not 100% the teacher's fault at some point, man. Like, you'll know what I mean in a sec. Right, so Jake had a classmate, and Jake's classmate's name, let's just call him Ben. So Jake's classmate's name's Ben, right? So Ben was in his class, and Ben was a big fan of Minecraft, you know, as everyone is, right? You know, Minecraft, it's a good game. I have some good times on that app, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, if you look in the gameplay in the background, it's Minecraft, right? It's one of the few games I actually do play, and it is the average gameplay you get in the background of my videos, right? So Jake's friend Ben was a big fan of Minecraft at the time, and Ben was always okay at school in the class. Like, he would go to class. I mean, this is 8th grade, man. You kind of have to show up for 8th grade, right? You don't really stop not going to class, you know, maybe in high school, you know, a little bit in college, but 8th grade, right? He shows up for class, and he always participates to an extent, but he really wasn't paying that close attention. Because at this time, Jake's classmate Ben was really he was playing a lot of Minecraft, and he was really focused on that. Every single day, he'd go back home, you know, play it with his friends. I don't know exactly what was out at this time, because Jake's my age now, so 8th grade was a little while ago, so I don't think, like, Bed Wars or a lot of those, like, fun Hypixel games were, like, really as popular. It might have been like Sky Wars or some kind of factions or something, but he would always go home and he'd always go play with his friends, right? So Jake was trying to figure out what topic he was going to do. Jake was a big fan of, like, you know, World War II and those history, like kind of like the history around that. He always found it like really interesting. So he is probably going to do one of those topics and probably find a specific event, you know, try and figure that out. But also Jake was kind of curious to see what other people were doing, because he wasn't sure if people were doing very broad events or very specific ones. For example, Jake was either going to do a presentation on World War II, or he was going to do a presentation on, I don't know, like the Battle of, like, D-Day, right? So he wasn't sure how specific he was supposed to be. So Jake decided to go up to his friend Ben. Jake and Ben weren't, like, super close, but he didn't have a lot of kids in his class, so he was kind of friendly with everyone. And he went up to Ben and kind of asked him, you know, what he was doing to get a sense of, like, how specific of an event he was going to do, so he could kind of tailor it to his own project. So Jake goes up to Ben and he's like, okay, hey Ben, like, what's up? Like, what are you going to do for your project? I'm just kind of asking around. I kind of wanted to see, like, how long the topic, or how big, or how wide, or how broad, I should say, the topics are. And then Ben replies to Jake with, I'm going to do Minecraft. And Jake kind of just gave him this look, like, initially, right? Jake was kind of thinking that he was just, you know, he was joking around. He was having a few goofs, right? Because, you know, Ben was like, you know, Ben had a sense of humor. Like, he wasn't, like, super dry. Like, not everything was, like, super technical and everything I said is a fact, right? You know, he's been sarcastic before. He's had jokes. He's like everyone else. So Ben kind of looked at him and began to crack a smile, but then Ben looked at, or I mean Jake. Jake and Ben are not their real names, because I'm not going to use real names, so my bad for switching them up. But Jake is looking at Ben, and Jake's starting to crack a smile, right? Because he's like, okay,
no shot this is real. But as he looks at Ben's face, he can just tell that, like, you know when someone's joking, they have a little bit of a smile. You can see it in their eyes, man. Like, you can see it with their body language. Jake could tell that Ben was not joking, that Ben was being 100% serious. And he's like, are you sure? Like, he's like, are you actually doing that? Like, does that fulfill the requirements? And Ben replies to Jake, yeah, there was a really historic moment in my Minecraft battles with my friends a couple days ago. The teacher didn't really specify that it had to be a historical moment from, like, recent times. So history's history, man. And my Jake was just like, dude, not to disrupt the flow of this video, but if you made it this far into the video, comment door down below, like the thing you enter a room with, like a door, D-O-O-R. I just like to see how many people made it this far into the video, and if you want to farm some hearts on the channel, I basically heart as many as I can, so if you want to get that little top commenter badge, go ahead and comment door. Anyways, let's get right back into it. Anyways, so Jake left that conversation thinking to himself, okay, Ben is 100% screwed at this point, because Jake had ended up asking other people what they were doing, and everyone else had super serious topics. It turns out that people were doing it, like, it was a mix. Some people were doing really specific, some people were doing it really broad. So Ben decided to just do, like, Jake decided to do just D-Day, like a very specific event in World War II, as he thought it would be easier to do, and, you know, more interesting for him to learn a little bit more about a specific event instead of, like, general history about a large event. So, but the problem was everyone else was doing super serious stuff, and when I mean serious, I just mean, like, actual historical events, not you you killed my Minecraft dog and now I'm gonna burn down your house type history. Like, they were doing, like, I don't know, French Revolution type history, man. Anyways, so the day of the final presentation, you know, it's the final day, right? So they've been working on this for about a week, or it's like a week and a half or something. They got a decent amount of time to do this. So everyone, like, you know, people are coming up. They either have a poster, some people have, like, slideshow presentations, some people have little PowerPoint stuff, some people did, like, crafts or whatever. There are also some people that didn't have a lot of visual aids but had pretty good, like, presentations. And, you know, the teacher was pretty happy with how it was going. You could see he was in a good mood. Like, he was impressed. Everything was going great. Even my friend Jake went up there and he was doing great, man. Like, he had a good presentation. And then it was Ben's turn. And Ben tells the teacher, hey, I got a presentation, but it's a lot of visual, and I need to plug into the projector. And basically, or not the projector, but screen share. So, like, he basically screen shared his computer to something that was projecting on the board. It might have been a projector. But basically, he was able to mirror his computer to the board. And he turns on a presentation. And my friend was just like, oh, no, Ben. Because he kind of thought that Ben wasn't actually going to go through with it. You know what I mean? But when he turns on the presentation, everyone sees Minecraft. So basically Ben is like, okay, so today I'm going to tell you the history of the greatest battle of all times on my Minecraft faction server. And the teacher's face, bro, my friend was telling me that the teacher's face dropped. So then Ben clicks a video, and it's like, one of those, like, montage videos with, like, the music in the background. And so there's, like, music in the background. He's, like, PvPing some guy. And it's like, Ben's just looking around, looking all proud. And basically what happens is the teacher gets so mad at him that he tells him to stop the presentation immediately. Like, the video was, like, 2 minutes long, and he was, like, 45 seconds into it. And he was like, Ben, I need you to stop this He turned this off right now. And Ben's face was a little bit shocked. I really think he believed that he was going to be totally fine going into this. And look, man, there's nothing wrong with Minecraft. There's nothing wrong with, like, really liking your craft, right? That you're having a good time. Like, look, I love Fit MC, and he makes videos about the history of a Minecraft server, 2B2T. That stuff is cool, bro, like 100%. But it's just like not the right place, not the right time, if you know what I mean. But basically what happened was the teacher sent him to the principal's office, and he actually got sent home for the day. So basically the principal and the teacher worked together on this kind of punishment/solution where Ben would have to stay home for basically 1 or 2 more days, and finish and make a real project, what they said. So instead of getting a week and a half, he had to make one in 1 to 2 days. And the thing that kind of was unfortunate for Ben was that like there was a week left of school, but it was kind of like it was kind of just like fun activities because like they were kind of done with the work, at least in that class. But you know, the teacher and the principal came together and they were like, this makes the most sense. I think in the beginning I might have said expelled. I meant suspended. Kind of not the same thing, but it was the same thing in my head. But yeah, guys, if you have a presentation and you're not supposed to do Minecraft, don't do Minecraft, man. I love the game too. It's just not worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's story. If you enjoyed it and want to help out the channel, literally just watch another video. It really helps the channel. You might be seeing videos on screen right now, and if you don't see the videos on screen, you can always click on the channel, but there's also a story time specific playlist if you want to watch stories on my channel, and if you can't see it on screen, the story playlist is linked in the description. It says story times, so yeah, click on that, and yeah, thanks guys so much. See you in the next one. Peace. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a story that is probably one of the funniest ways I've ever heard someone being suspended from their school, where basically you have to explain to your mom, I got suspended from school, and it's because I Minecraft PvP'd some kid in my hallway. I don't know how you even explain that, bro. And unless you want to be just ambushed by some random Minecraft kid in your school's hallway, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. If you don't turn on notifications, you won't see the videos. And also, if you leave a like on the video for a limited time, I will give you literally nothing in return, just because I'm feeling extra special generous today. And with that being said, let's get right into the story. So this story was told to me by my friend. And basically, my friend has a little brother, and my friend's little brother is in 3rd grade. And everyone there is obsessed with Minecraft, obviously, right? You know, when I was in 5th grade personally, and Minecraft was also having a wave of popularity, that was like the #1 thing I used to think about. My friends and I always used to talk about it. Hey man, like a lot of nostalgia there. Like I'll never rip on anyone for liking Minecraft, bro. Like, look, even me, like there's Minecraft gameplay in the background. I still play the game to this day. It's a timeless game. It's a classic. It's a beauty. I'm getting off track. Anyways, so this kid and his friends are a big fan of Minecraft, bro. They talk about it all the time, right? You know, they go back home, they hop on Bed Wars. Like, I used to not play Bed Wars back in, like, the good old days because, like, it wasn't a thing. Just, like, the occasional, like, you know, high-pixel mini-games, maybe some single-player worlds. But anyways, this story's not about me. Anyway, so they'd hop on, like, Bed Wars when they got back. They'd talk about it the day before. They would try and do some, like, I don't know, hardcore survival worlds, like, with each other. And that was always, like, a lot of fun. And also, they'd have some servers, too. Like, even, like, I remember over quarantine, I hopped on a server with some of my friends. I had not played Minecraft in a long time, and it really kind of just brought me back into it while allowing me to, like, keep up with my friends. Minecraft is a timeless game, bro. Anyways, not the point of the story. I promise I'll focus a little more, man. I'm just letting my love show a little bit too much. Anyways, in my friend's little brother's class, there was this one kid, let's call him Brian. That's not his actual name, but obviously I'm not going to use this kid's actual name, and I wasn't even told it just for extra security reasons, so maybe it is Ryan by just random chance. Anyways, my friend's little brother had this kid in his class named Ryan, and while my friend's little brother and his friends were like big fans of Minecraft, and they played it all the time, and they talked about it all the time, Ryan was on a whole different level, man. Like, every school project was somehow Minecraft related if you could make it, even if it had nothing to do with Minecraft. Every single conversation you had with him, an introduction to him, if you were first introduced to him, he would mention Minecraft within the first 30 seconds of conversation. And as you know, I've said this before, nothing wrong with liking Minecraft, and also nothing wrong with telling people you like it. It's a good game. Most people like it. You know, when I was being introduced to my roommate, we eventually talked about games we played, and that's when I brought up Minecraft. But I'm not going to be like, hi, my name is Connor. I play Minecraft. Do you play Minecraft? What's your favorite Minecraft mode? Is Hero Brian real? Like, I'm just not going to do that, and neither should you. Yeah, obviously, like, if you're talking to someone and the fact that, like, game comes up and you guys both like Minecraft, then you can really dive into it. But this guy Ryan or this kid Ryan, I should say, because they were in, like, I think they were in, like, 3rd grade or something. This kid Ryan, right, he would just go, like, he would dive straight into it. It'd be like, hi, my name is Ryan. I love Minecraft. Like, T-minus, like, 15-second, like, I said, like, it's a speed run, bro. He was speed running as fast as he could say, I like Minecraft in a sentence. per introduction. Like, he definitely got the world record for that. And also, Ryan was really getting into the whole PvP side of Minecraft. If you don't know what that is, in Minecraft, you can play single-player worlds, and a lot of people know it when it's just you in a world and you're just playing by yourself and you're fighting maybe some monsters or some mobs. But if you didn't know, you can also play with friends and also random people around the world. There are a lot of different game modes, but one of the game modes is when you fight one other person, or sometimes multiple, but it's mostly you versus another person, and you're either fighting each other with swords or rods or bows or like all this kind of stuff. PvP is actually one of the parts of Minecraft I play the most, as I find it fun and entertaining. So one day, my friend's little brother and his friends were talking about Minecraft, and they were talking about how they wanted to hop on Bed Wars later in the day. I haven't played Bed Wars in a quick second. I should really hop back on. But anyways, my friend's little brother and his friends were talking about Bed Wars, and then Ryan decided to join the conversation, saying, "You guys still play Bed Wars? You guys should play UHC Duels," or that's basically one of the Minecraft PvP game modes. So my friend's little brother and their friend and his friends asked Ryan, "Oh, I don't know what that is. Can you tell me about it?" And class was about to start, so Ryan was like, "Let me get your gamer tags and I'll like show you later on tonight. Let's hop on Hypixel. We'll play a little bit, right?" So later that night after class, they all hop on, and Ryan is just like, he duels them individually on Hypixel and absolutely claps all of them. Like, this man is like hitting them from like 6 blocks away. Not really, he wasn't cheating, even though maybe he was, not 100% sure, but he was just really good, and he was playing a lot of this. But he said something really weird at the end of it in the chat. He said, "This is all on Hypixel, but did you know Minecraft PvP is real? Like, it happens in real life." And they were just like, "Dude, what are you talking about, Ryan? Like, what are you even saying at this point?" So Ryan says, "Tomorrow at school, I'll show you," right? So they were all kind of curious. So my friend's little brother and his friends, they got to school, and then they find Ryan at recess, and they're like, "Hey man, what are you talking about?" He says, "Let me show you." So Ryan brings them all back to his locker room, right? And he opens up his locker, and it has, one of those like foam Minecraft swords. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's like a toy that's like a Minecraft sword, but it's like foam. So he brings that out. And then he also brings out a stick with a rope attached to it. If you don't know, that's supposed to be a rod. And in Minecraft PvP, a rod is a pretty big thing in a lot of game modes. So he has his foam Minecraft sword, a rod, and then an apple that he painted golden. So he tells all the other guys, like, I've been training very hard to PvP people in real life." And they're just all like, "Bro, Ryan, what are you talking about?" To interrupt the video real quick, if you made it this far into the video, I would like you guys to comment "door" in the comment section down below. I just like to see how many people made it this far. As well, I try and heart as many comments that say "door" or the secret phrase of the video every single time. So if you want to get top commenter, just go ahead and do that. Also opening up submissions to have your very own stories featured on the channel. All you got to do is go to my Instagram, which is Pugs. It'll also be on screen right now, and just hit DM and send me a story. Try and add as much detail as possible, because I try and make these videos 10 to 14 minutes to keep you guys entertained. So don't just say, "Oh, this happened," and not say much more. Anyways, let's get right back to the story, right? So Ryan was telling these guys, "I've been training to PvP people in real life for so long. Like, I can't wait till it actually happens." And they're just like, "Bro, you know that those things don't actually work. Like, that piece of that stick with a rope on it is not going to knock people back to get them into sick epic combos, bro. It just is not going to happen. That like foam Minecraft sword, like, bro, that's going to like break if you hit it too hard against someone, and they're barely going to get like they're not even going to get a scratch, man. They're going to get literally nothing. And also, that golden apple is probably toxic if you ate it. You will get no healing. You'll actually like inflict damage and probably like poison for like 2 hours. That's a bad effect. Like, bro, it's not going to work." Anyway, so Ryan says, "You guys just don't understand. You don't see the bigger picture. You guys will see. I will be the Minecraft PvP champion." And they're just all like, "Okay, Ryan has gone off the deep end. Like, okay, man, that's enough of this." So, my friend's little brother and his friends, they all decide to leave. And they're like, "Okay, that's a little weird. We don't think we'll be playing with Ryan for a little bit. Like, we all like ourselves some good amount of Minecraft. We enjoy the game, but like, to a certain extent, like, okay, we're not going to try PvPing people in real life. We all know that makes literally no sense. So a couple days go by, and my friend's little brother and two of his other friends were playing Bed Wars, but they wanted to play fours, where basically you need 4 people. And my friend's little brother and his other friends, some of the other ones, they just had homework or they weren't on, so they needed another person. So they decide to message Ryan since they saw his account was active. And they message Ryan, they say, hey, we need a 4th, do you want to play with us? Also because they know he was pretty good and they like winning. And then Ryan was like, no, I just have my account on for, I think he was playing another game mode that like you could like farm something. I'm not exactly sure why, but his account was on. But he was at his computer just like taking a break or something because he replied, no, I'm busy preparing. And they're like, preparing for what? He's like, I've been practicing my PvP skills. And they're like, oh, what game mode? He said, not on here. I've been doing it in real life. People are not prepared for my Minecraft PvP skills. And then my friend's little brother and his friends were like, bro, Ryan, are you still on that whole Minecraft PvPing people in real life thing? You know that's not actually a thing, bro. You do realize. And Ryan responds kind of angrily in all caps. He's like, I'm competing in a tournament tomorrow. You guys will see. This is super legit. You guys are just all haters. So my friend's little brother and his friends were like, all right, Ryan, bro, like, okay, I guess we'll see. So my friend's little brother and his friends get to school tomorrow, and they're going to, like, ask Ryan, like, okay, what's this tournament you're talking about? Like, they were kind of curious, even though they thought it was kind of weird. So they're looking around for Ryan, and Ryan was kind of late that day, right? He wasn't there. And they didn't see Ryan for, like, the first period class. So they thought, like, oh, maybe there really is a tournament, and he had to go, like, you know, drive to it, or he had to take the day off. But then recess comes around, right? So they're just all chilling outside. And then they see Ryan step outside. He has a Minecraft Steve head on. He has like paper that is like painted blue to like represent diamond armor, like taped onto his shirt and his pants. And then he in his right hand he has like the Minecraft foam sword in his right hand, or his other hand he has the wooden stick and the string on it, and he says, it's time for battle. So Ryan starts just sprinting at random people, and he like, at first he kind of like flings the stick at them to have the rope kind of like gently brush at them. Because if you don't know, the first thing you do is you rod someone to knock them back, and then you try and hit them to get them into a combo in normal Minecraft PvP. But he brushes his rod against them, and it like kind of like the string kind of like floats around, and then he starts like boinking them with like the foam sword, and they're like, oh, that's kind of annoying. Stop. Like, bro, that's kind of irritating how that's like the foam is slightly brushing against me again and again. And the teacher's like, Ryan, stop that. Because Ryan is just going around like whacking kids with this foam sword. And he's like, I will be number 1. I will be the best. And he starts like just whacking more people with this foam sword, just going around. It's like, they're like, Ryan, if you don't stop right now. And he just goes around. He's like, I will be number 1. It just goes like, start bopping someone. Until like an older kid, he's in probably like 5th grade or something. I think Ryan is like in 3rd grade or whatever, right? So he goes up to an older kid, Ryan does, and he goes, this is for like Minecraft PvP. And he bops him with the foam sword, and the older kid just looks at him, grabs onto the foam sword, rips it out of his hand, and Ryan's like, that's not fair, he's hacking. Like literally 5 seconds later, Ryan is like grabbed by a teacher and is rushed to the principal's because he did just go around hitting a bunch of kids. Like, you're not supposed to do that, man. And basically, moral of the story is don't do that, because Ryan ended up getting suspended for 2 days because you just can't go around hitting random people, right? You just can't do that. Punishment might have been a little harsh, but also I kind of get it, because you just can't go around hitting random people, even if it is with like a foam sword or something. But anyways, my friend's little brother and their friends, Ryan eventually did come back, but they decided to not really talk to him because he's very interesting. I don't know how else to say it, bro. Like, they're like, okay, you can do you, but we're going to enjoy Minecraft the way that we enjoy it, and you can enjoy it the way that you enjoy it. And that's it for the story. If you guys did enjoy today's storytime video, consider watching another story video. A couple will appear on screen right now, and if you don't see them, you can always click on my channel to watch some of my older ones. or a more convenient way is watching the Storytime playlist, which will be the first link in the description, but it'll also appear in the top right corner. Just go ahead and play that and, I don't know, play some games or something. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a subscriber story of when this spoiled, spratty girl basically got absolutely wrecked by the Minecraft kid. I don't want to spoil exactly how she got wrecked, but let me just say that it was pretty incredible, enough that I thought I'd have to tell this story. And she was definitely brought down to earth. Someone definitely popped her super inflated ego, and it was pretty hilarious. Quickly, if you enjoy story videos, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on. Also, leave a like on the video because you'll get literally nothing if you do that, which is a pretty epic deal. With that being said, let's jump into the story. So this story was sent in by a subscriber. You can send in your own stories to my Instagram. It will be in the description. But anyways, right, the subscriber, he's in this class and he is in 7th grade. In this class, there's this one kind of group of girls, which are like the popular group, but there's this one girl who's kind of like the alpha of the pack. I know that sounds a little weird, but you know how sometimes there's like a group of popular people and one of them is like obviously the dominant ones and the other ones are kind of like the followers. It's pretty stereotypical in a lot of like movies and TV shows to have that, and it actually was like this in his class. Anyways, let's give this girl a name. We're just gonna call this girl Erin because I watched The Office recently and that was a name that's in The Office. Anyways, right, so Erin is kind of like the top dog of like her pack of popular people. And the thing is, these girls are like popular, but they're the popular type that like for some reason that they're kind of known as popular, even though a lot of people really don't like them because they've kind of garnered a reputation of not being, great people. Like basically this group of girls will like snub other people. They'll kind of like make comments. They'll like spread drama, kind of like all the like the nasty stuff that's like portrayed in movies of like popular high school cliques and stuff. It was basically that, but in real life. But yeah, so most people didn't like them and they didn't dislike them for like no good reason. Erin and her clique were definitely like not good people. I mean, maybe they were fine people, but they were caught up in the drama of like being the popular 7th grader. Honestly, I bet they'll look back one day and be like, wow, that was so stupid. There's also a kid in this class kind of known as the Minecraft kid. I'm not going to bother giving him a name. I'm literally just going to call him the Minecraft kid for the duration of this video. This Minecraft kid was known as the Minecraft kid because he would literally start playing, he would play Minecraft like in class. Like he would have his computer out, he'd have his mouse out, and he found kind of a spot in the room, and he also was playing like game modes that didn't need a ton of clicking, right? So he could actually get away with it to play it during class, but everyone kind of, at least in the back of the room, and then it's kind of spread as like common knowledge to the front of the room, people kind of knew that he was doing it, so he was kind of known as the Minecraft kid. He was also like not like super cool in that type of sense. Like he was a decent guy and everyone like had good interactions with him, but he was kind of like, he was a little nerdy, he was a little sweaty, right? It is what it is. No offense to liking Minecraft. I mean, obviously, like that's the gameplay I use in all my videos. I obviously enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot when I was like in 5th, 6th grade, and I enjoy it a lot now. But he was kind of known as that, and he wasn't like, Erin and her group of girls weren't he wasn't the guy that they were necessarily going after, which maybe he's going to be some like, insanely wealthy crypto hedge fund quant guy because of all of his time on the computer, but he isn't that now, so that's why they didn't want him. Erin and her friends were more into the whole like Brad and Chad type guys, kind of like the top 2 dudes on the school's football team. One of them was in their grade, another one was in the 8th grade, but that's irrelevant. They're not even part of the story, really. I just got that little bit of detail. I thought I'd add it. Anyways, right, so Erin and her girls one day are bored. And what else should they do besides try and be bad people, right? Because when I'm bored, I try and be a terrible person. Just kidding. I usually make YouTube videos. But anyways, right, Erin and her group of, I'm just going to call them Erin and her minions from here on out because that's really fitting for the story, right? Erin and her minions were bored one day, so they thought to themselves, who can we mess with? Erin and her, I'm 19 years old. Why am I still having voice cracks? Why? What? So Erin and, oh my God, dude. Anyways, so Erin and her minions, right? So Erin and her minions were like, okay, we have a great idea. And they had a devious plot, right? Their plot was to basically Erin to ask out the Minecraft kid on a date. And then during the date, like basically say, like troll him and be like,
you know, I didn't actually want to go out with you. This is a big joke. Like, it sounds really immature as it is and cruel, but these were like the mean 7th grade girls. So like, and in a sense, like, can you really, like, I'm not super shocked. It's still cruel and mean and like ridiculous, but I'm like, okay, mean 7th grade girls, I can kind of see it happening. Erin and her minions thought their plan was like super funny or something, so they started going around telling a few people what they were planning to do. And these people, since they didn't necessarily fear them, but they didn't want to get on their bad sides, they were like, yeah, that sounds like something, right? They didn't necessarily endorse it, but they also weren't like, you guys are awful for thinking of that, you guys are terrible people, as they were. And I don't want to, okay. When I say terrible person, I take that very lightly. They're in 7th grade. They're growing. They'll hopefully learn from their mistakes. But at that time, they were being pretty terrible kids, right? They're being terrible kids, right? Anyways, but this one girl that they told, they weren't 100% sure. They didn't know this, right? But this one girl that they also told about their plan was somewhat friends with the Minecraft kid. But this girl, instead of standing up for the Minecraft kid, decided to come up with something even better than saying, don't do it. She crafted her own master plot. So this girl that Erin and her minions told about their evil plot, who is also friends with the Minecraft kid, decided to, instead of like saying something, decided that she was going to inform the Minecraft kid of everything that Erin and these girls were plotting. And then from there, they would be able to make their own plot and be able to, instead of allowing Erin and their friends and her friends to troll the Minecraft kid and make fun of him, their plan was to actually, since of the inside information the Minecraft kid would have, would be to turn it, completely flip the tables and kind of expose and then humiliate Erin, right? And kind of put her in her place. Hopefully, maybe altering the course of her behavior from this point forward. Since we're kind of on an office-themed naming selection, we're going to call this girl Pam. Pam is, by the way, the girl that is friends with the Minecraft kid that Erin and her minions told about the plan, right? So what Pam decided to do was she decided to dig a little bit more, being like, oh, that's so funny, kind of egging it on a little bit to give them a bit of reinforcement to make it seem like she was actually on their side. And then Pam said, oh, when do you plan to do this? And Erin and her minions said, oh, we plan to do this tomorrow. We're going to ask him out tomorrow to go on a date with me later at lunch. And Erin goes on to say, and I'm going to make the asking out pretty public so that people are aware what's happening. And I'm going to have the date happen at lunch where everyone else is. So when I troll him publicly, everyone else will see and it'll be really funny and everyone will be in on the joke now. So Pam was a little bit like, wow, that's so cruel. But she only said that in her head because she didn't want to blow her cover. And she's like, that's so funny. Keep me updated. I can't wait to watch this. So then Pam goes and finds the Minecraft kid, and she basically explains everything to him that she was told. And then she says, all right, now we have the upper hand. We need to troll them back somehow. And the Minecraft kid sits there for a minute. And he honestly doesn't seem that offended by the whole thing, which honestly, I think if I was in the Minecraft kid's shoes, I would have been a little offended that someone even was planning to do something so cruel to me. It's not like, Erin and her gang had a beef with the Minecraft kid. The Minecraft kid was just known as like the nice kind of like nerdy guy who girls didn't really want to get with. Like, it's unfortunate, man, but it is what it is. But people also knew him as the nice kid who played Minecraft. But, the Minecraft kid sat there for a minute. He got this little smirk on his face. And he said, Erin, I have a good idea. No, he didn't say Erin, bro. He's not talking to Erin. I'm sorry. The office is making me confused. He said, Pam, I got a good idea. I'm going to interrupt this video to tell you that the secret phrase of the day is house. So if you made it this far into the video, I want you to go down into the comment section and comment house down below, like the thing people live in, House. I just like to see... Yeah, I spelled that right. Okay, I was like panicked for a second. I'm like, did I just make myself look like a fool? Anyways, I just like to see who makes it this far into the video, and I will try and heart as many of those comments. So if you want to farm hearts and get top commenter, that's the best way to do it. With that being said, let's get back to the story. Right. So the Minecraft kid, turns to Pam and says, I have the perfect plan. And the Minecraft kid tells Pam what his plan is. I'm not going to spoil it yet. I'm just going to tell you what happens, and I'll reveal exactly what the plan is after I tell you what happens, right? So the next day rolls around, and it's the morning, and the Minecraft kid is just kind of chilling there, playing Minecraft as he's known to do, right? So the Minecraft kid is just chilling there, and basically what happens
is like he's waiting and he's waiting for you know, Aaron and her minions to come over and for Aaron to like ask him out on a date, all public, and like everyone's gonna know, and they're gonna be all like, oh my god, and he's supposed to react like, oh my gosh, the popular girl wants to go on a date with me. But little do they know, the Minecraft kid's actually in on it, and he's got his own plot, and he himself has a plot as well. The thing was, since Aaron and her like minions told so many people about the plan, it basically got around to everyone what the plan was. And like a few people actually did try and tell the Minecraft kid. The Minecraft kid's like went up to them. He's like, I'm totally aware. I got a plan of my own. Do not let Aaron know that I know. And honestly, that was a little risky. Like there was a chance Aaron would have found out, but thankfully Aaron didn't find out. So Aaron and her, you know, like her minions go up to him, and very loudly Aaron's like, hey, Minecraft kid. She actually says his real name, right? But we're calling him Minecraft kid. Hey, Minecraft kid. Wow, you're so cute. Do you want to go on a date with me? And she says it in such like an animated, like fake way that it's so obvious. But the Minecraft kid decides to play into it because he wants to have his own plot happen. He said, oh, wow, really? Yeah, sure. And she's like, oh, let's go on a date at lunch today. And she looks around the room. Aaron looks around the room, and she's like winking and everything, and people are kind of grimacing because they're like, this is beyond cruel and messed up, right? They're like, hey, yo, right, this is insane. And he's like, yeah, sure. And Aaron and her friends walk back to the front of the room. They're all smirking, and like they're kind of like talking to people because they're in on the joke, but they don't realize that Minecraft kid has a whole trick up his sleeve, dude. The subscriber that told this story knows all of this because he was one of the people who was told about Aaron's plan, and he actually went up to the Minecraft kid and told him, and he was told by the Minecraft kid, like, I got a plot of my own. And afterwards, he went up to the Minecraft kid and asked for like a rundown of everything. Lunch eventually comes around, and their scheduled date is about to happen. And the Minecraft kid is sitting there all confident because, you know, he knows what's about to go down, and he knows that no one else besides maybe Pam knows what's about to go down. So Erin comes down, she goes over to the table, and she sits down, and she has this smirk. The plan is for Erin to eventually start, like, at one point, pretty soon, to be like, this isn't a real date, like, this was a prank. I would never go out with someone like you. I know, sounds like ridiculously cruel. This is 7th grade, my guys. Like, I don't know how else to say it, right? But anyways, right before Aaron is able to say anything, the Minecraft kid says, oh, my fault, getting a phone call right now. The Minecraft kid starts talking really loudly, and he says, yeah, no, I'm not doing anything important right now. Yeah, no, I'd love to go on a date. Right now? Yeah, just come into the lunchroom. I'd love to go on a date with you. And Aaron's just sitting there like, hey, yo, what's happening? So basically, the Minecraft kid had an older sister who was 1 grade older. And this older sister was pretty popular, but she was very nice. And this older sister had a friend who was very, very pretty and known as being like one of the prettiest girls in the school. And Minecraft kid told his older sister about what had happened, and he asked if that pretty friend can pretend to go on a date with him, right? And she said, yeah, of course. And the pretty friend was like totally in on it. We're going to call the pretty friend, we're going to call her Audrey, right? So back to the story. Minecraft kid is sitting there, and Erin is just like, what? She's completely just like flabbergasted. And people around her were listening in because they were like, this is about to be so cruel and just like a bloodbath. Like we do want to hear what happens though. And they're like, oh my God. And they start whispering, and word starts to spread of what Minecraft kid just said. And as people were starting to realize what was happening, the doors open, and Audrey, the Minecraft kid's older sister, very hot friend, walks in. And it's just like sits down and says, hey, like she comes up to the Minecraft kid and she's like, hey, do you want to go on a date? And he said, yeah, sure. Let's go over there. And Erin is just like, her face is just like no emotion, completely void of emotion. And so, yeah, the Minecraft kid and Audrey just go over to another table, and they're sitting there having a good discussion because, like, Audrey's been over to the house a couple times because she's friends with the Minecraft kid's older sister. So, like, the Minecraft kid and Audrey are actually, like, low-key kind of friends, and they talk about, like, some nerdy stuff together that Audrey doesn't have a lot of friends to talk about with. But anyways, right, the impression is that Minecraft kid basically decided to level up mid-date, which you should never actually do. That's a very cruel thing to do. But the reason why he did is because, like, he was trying to, like, Aaron deserved it at this point, right? So what happened was Aaron kind of had to do a walk of shame as word spread about what happened. Yeah, that was the ending of the story. Pretty crazy, right? If you guys want to submit your own stories, Instagram Connor Pugs down below. If you want to support the channel, literally just go ahead and watch another one of my storytime videos, or click on the storytime link, which is first link in the description, to go watch some old videos and support the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
In today's subscriber story, this Minecraft kid is being super annoying to this girl while she's doing a presentation, but the once thought to be shy girl reveals a side that no one has seen before and puts this Minecraft kid in his place. The way she does this is absolutely hilarious, so make sure to stick around and enjoy the story. This whole story went down on this one day that in my subscribers class, there was a huge presentation that was like a large percentage of his grade. They were in like, I think 7th grade. I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. The subscriber didn't really specify, but basically this was towards the end of the year and it was a really, really big assignment. There's this kid in this class and he was kind of known as like the sweaty gamer Minecraft kid. By the way, there's nothing wrong with liking Minecraft. In fact, I play it all the time. Look at me. I'm playing in the background right now that lovely, wonderful Minecraft parkour that I keep messing up and making it unsatisfying, but whatever, right? Anyways, I like Minecraft. Nothing wrong with being Minecraft and liking it, but being a Minecraft kid or a sweaty gamer kid has a bit of a connotation to it, and that's how the subscriber subscribed him. Also, he was kind of known for being like annoying and just trying to mess with people for the sake of messing with people. And if you do that, karma will probably get you like it did in this video. By the way, if you want to submit your own stories, submit them to my Instagram. It says Connor Pugs. The ad is in the description. Anyways, back to the story. So another character in this whole event, right, is this girl who is not really known by the class that well. She's kind of known as like the shy girl, and let's give her a name. Let's call this girl, let's call her Natalie, right? So Natalie is kind of like quiet. She kind of keeps to herself. She was new this year, so in the beginning of the year, she was new. She made some friends, right? But a lot of people had been like there for since like the very beginning, and it was a little difficult, and she didn't really speak up that much. So she wasn't really known for being loud or being, really outgoing. She was kind of just known for kind of keeping to herself. However, the subscriber learned after this story that Natalie and the Minecraft kid once had a bit of an altercation, with big quotations around that. Basically, the Minecraft kid was just like making fun of people because the other people in the class knew this guy, knew to put up with him. But then one of his shots fired went to like Natalie for like some reason. And I didn't actually get specifics on the stories, but just know that like Natalie kind of knows that this kid is kind of annoying, right? So she at least has a little heads up about that. That's going to be important for later in the story. It was the day of the big presentation, and the subscriber who submitted the story went in first. He was actually, I think he asked to be the first one to go. That's something I like to do when there's like presentations, because I don't like sitting around. It just kind of makes me all anxious. So I definitely agree with the subscriber on his call for going first. Anyways, he goes first. He says he nails it. He does a really good job. He's been preparing for weeks. But anyways, right, so more people go, and then eventually it is the shy girl's turn to go, or we called her Natalie, right? So it's Natalie's turn to go, and she goes up there and she starts like booting up her laptop because like she decided to do a presentation that required her to like go on like Google Slides or something, or PowerPoint, whatever. She needed to use she needed to screen share her computer to the screen, right? And remember, this is a really big presentation. This is worth like 20%, 15% of your grade. And this is like kind of like the final project at the end of the year. So this is a really big deal. So Natalie boots up her computer. She kind of like matches it with the screen, and she moves to the first slide, and she begins. She said, back in, because she was like doing, like, this was a history class, so it was like a presentation of like history. So she was like, back in 18, and then the Minecraft kid starts going, very loudly, not trying to like hide anything. And at first Natalie was like, oh, kid had to cough, like whatever. So then she's like, okay, back in, Natalie just stops right after like he's done coughing, and she just does this like blank stare at him, just like blankly is like, bro, right? And he stares right back at her, and the subscriber turns to look at the Minecraft kid, and the subscriber notices that the Minecraft kid is just staring right back at Natalie, grinning. He's just grinning. So the subscriber is like, oh my God, like that was on purpose. Because at the first he thought it was like a coughing fit or whatever. He turns to the teacher. The teacher's not looking at the Minecraft kid. The teacher is looking at Natalie, waiting for her to continue.
So Natalie eventually continues with her presentation, and she wasn't immediately interrupted again, right? So these presentations are supposed to be about like 5 minutes, some run like 7, 8, 10 minutes. The cap is like 15 minutes, a hard cap, but he said to aim for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes within that range, and that there's a lot of flexibility. So Natalie's about a minute into her presentation, just kind of like going along, assuming the Minecraft kid was done trolling, that his little coughing fits that were definitely on purpose were just like a little bit of a jab. Just we do a little bit of trolling, right? Not too much. But Minecraft kid was not done, man. Minecraft kid was just waiting for her to feel secure, and that's when he would pounce. That's when he'd come in with the second troll. So Natalie's about a minute and a half through her presentation, and the Minecraft kid goes, and Natalie's just like, no way, dude. Because, look, sometimes, bro, you gotta yawn. That's fair. That happens, right? Sometimes you gotta yawn. But Minecraft Kid was being extra careful to make sure that he yawned as loud as possible. He was just trying to yawn at max yawn capacity, dude. Like, he was just trying to, yawn as hard and as loud as he possibly could. And Natalie once again stopped her presentation. And this time, instead of looking at the Minecraft, she looked at the Minecraft kid, briefly. But she decided to look at the teacher and noticed that the teacher was looking directly back at her, waiting for her to continue, not looking at the Minecraft kid at all. So Natalie's starting to realize that, the Minecraft kid will continue to be annoying and the teacher doesn't seem like he's about to do anything about it. So she just has to keep going and keep pushing through this presentation, right? So she keeps going. She's not trying to go through too quickly so she lose grade points, but also realizes that she needs to try and, keep it as concise as possible, as the longer she goes, the more opportunities Minecraft Kid has to basically be super annoying. Real quick, if you like storytime videos and aren't subscribed already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Trying to hit 400K by New Year's, and that's a bit of a stretch, so every subscription really does help. Anyways, back to the story. So Natalie's about 2 minutes into her presentation. She didn't even make that much time since the last Minecraft Kid incident, quote unquote. And she starts hearing this clicking sound. So Minecraft Kid brought his mouse to class, right? And what you can do basically is if you want to get really high, a lot of clicks per second, if you play Minecraft fighting against people, you know that this is a thing you can do. Instead of clicking with one finger, you can click with 2 fingers and alternate. And if you spam it really quickly, you can get a lot of clicks per second, and that helps with knockback and hitting first hit reg and whatever. Anyways, it's irrelevant, right? But what it also does is it's super loud and annoying. And at this point, right, Natalie just has to stop because the clicks are just so loud and obnoxious that she just can't, you can hear them over the presentation. And she's just standing there and she looks pissed. She is mad, right? She is angry. But this time, the teacher looks at the Minecraft kid and he's like, hey, yo, can you stop? You're interrupting the presentation. So Natalie gives a little turns to her teacher, gives a little head nod as a little thank you, right? Just being hey, appreciate that, So she goes back to her presentation, and she's probably going for about 15 seconds. It's only about 15 seconds until the Minecraft kid turns to someone next to him and says loudly, this presentation is so boring, I can't wait till it's over. And the teacher immediately snaps, and he's like, hey, Minecraft kid, doesn't actually say it that was so disrespectful, can't be. And Natalie isn't even hearing this, right? She's just in a fit of rage. And the subscriber, he has to assume this, right? But he sees Natalie and her eyes just gloss over, right? When she hears this. He can tell that this is the last straw. So the teacher's kind of chewing out the Minecraft kid because the teacher noticed the yawning, the teacher noticed the coughing fits, but kind of just assumed that they were not him purposely trying to mess up the presentation. But he kind of put 2 and 2 together, and then after the clicking and then blatantly saying very loudly, this presentation's so boring, when is she going to be done? He kind of figured it out, and in the middle of reprimanding this kid, he was about to send him to the principal's office when Natalie remembered something that she was kind of saving if something like this ever was to happen. Anyways, right, so remember that time when I said that the Roblox kid kind of made fun of Natalie when she was new or newer than she was now? And it turns out that Natalie actually really did take that to heart and was not a big fan of this kid at all. But what she did, instead of just sitting there being I don't like this kid, is she did a little bit of digging.
And since she knew that he really liked Minecraft or whatever and had some social media presence, like he had a gaming channel with like 50 subs or whatever, she started stalking him online, like looking at his stuff, going through his page. And then she noticed this YouTube channel that would always comment on his videos. And it kind of seemed like he was commenting to boost subs or whatever, or boost comments or whatever. And she didn't really think much of it till she clicked into it. When she clicked into it, she went through the comment section of one video that was posted on there. And in the comment section, it said, DM me back on TikTok, right? So then she's like, wait a minute. Does he have a secret TikTok account? So then she types up the name of this account that he always commented on his main channel with into TikTok. And she found probably one of the most embarrassing accounts she has ever seen. So she tucked that in the back of her head like, okay, if I ever need to go fully nuclear on this or nuclear on this kid, right? If he really just makes me pull out the big guns, then he doesn't know what's coming. So at this point, it would have been really smart for Natalie to just not do this because this kid's about to be sent to the principal's office. But she's just so mad that she says, class, I have a new addition to the presentation that we must see together. And she quits out of the presentation or minimizes it, right? She opens up a new tab and looks up TikTok. The part wasn't really clear when it was told to me. She either looked it up online, but I'm not sure if you can do that, or she had these videos saved just in case the kid privated or deleted his account. But she opens up an account, and it is very, and she said, this is the Minecraft Kids, or said his actual name, secret TikTok account. I thought we'd have a little break from my presentation to check it out. And it turns out it is a mega cringy Minecraft dating site where he basically uses unironically the phrases hey baby girl, and is this is my real voice, and it's this really cringy deep fake a fake deep voice you see in on those Roblox kid TikTok videos. He basically is doing that unironically, and the entire class is just silent. They're like, oh my god, this girl that we thought had no fire, was just gonna be super vanilla and just chill and wouldn't ever do anything like this, absolutely snapped. And the teacher turns because he's absolutely captivated by what Natalie is posting. And he notices and he catches on really quickly. And he's he realizes that Natalie just completely embarrassed this kid in front of the entire class. So he gets up from his chair and says, Natalie, Minecraft Kid, both of you, principal's office now. So obviously, right, the subscriber didn't go to the principal's office with Natalie and the Minecraft Kid. So how he figured out about the rest of the story was he asked a friend of Natalie's that he was also mutually friends with, and she gave him the scoop of basically what happened, right? So Natalie and the Minecraft Kid are being escorted to the principal's office by the teacher. Not even saying go to there and explain yourselves I'm just going to continue conducting the class. The teacher goes to explain what happens for them, right? So on the walk there, she's I totally messed up. This was an overreaction. And the part of her was kid deserved it, lol. So they get to the principal's office, and the teacher explains what he saw from his POV. And it turns out, at least the way what Natalie told her friend, was that the teacher kind of explained it spot on. His observational skills were good. He went through the 4 things of the Minecraft Kid to purposely disrupt and annoy and try and, ruin Natalie's chances of a good grade. And then he went on to say that Natalie, after the kid was being reprimanded by him, kind of went on to unnecessarily embarrass him in front of the entire class. And at this point, the principal was all right, Mr. Whatever, right, the teacher, you can go back to your class. I will deal with these students myself. So Natalie is sitting there sweating buckets because she's oh God, am I going to be expelled? Or what's going to happen? Are my parents going to be is this it for me, right? Am I going to fail the class? What's happening? So the principal sits them both down and is to the Minecraft Kid, you were very obviously trying to disrupt one of your classmates on one of their biggest presentations during the year. And towards the end, you even rudely said that, you didn't want to listen to it and it was super boring. Maybe the coughing and the clicking and all the other stuff was possibly excusable. But, in combination with the fact that you said that this stuff was, you said blatantly words that were disrespectful to your classmate in an attempt to disrupt them, that's unacceptable. Then he turns to Natalie and says, however, it is also unacceptable to purposely belittle a classmate. Even if it's something that they posted online, it's pretty apparent from what the principal told me that it was a more or less secret account and that you publicly showed everyone in an attempt to belittle your classmate. That is also a behavior that we just won't accept. So they're both sitting there at this point, and the principal is kind of drawing this out, really drawing it out. And the principal eventually says, all right, I thought about it for a second.
I think I know the punishment that best fits the crime for both of you. Natalie's just sitting there like, oh my God, how bad is this going to be? She had no clue of like how severe the whole thing was going to be. She was just sitting there. She had no idea how bad this whole thing was going to go down. And the principal's like, all right, here it is. And Natalie's just like, oh God, please, please, please. And the principal says, in school suspension for 3 days. Parents will not be notified. Now go back to your class. Well, Natalie stayed collected. She told her friend that she was so excited because that was probably the best option possible. In school suspension, you just stayed a little later. Didn't have to tell the parents. She could just make something up. And when she went back to the class, she told the teacher what the principal had said. And the teacher actually said that she would be able to redo her presentation at a later date, and she was positive she failed that. So it turned out great for her, actually. If you enjoyed today's story and want to support the channel, watch another story. One of the easiest ways to do that is either click on the videos on screen or watch the Storytime playlist, which is first link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. In today's story, the subscriber's Minecraft kid cousin goes absolutely insane and does a lot of really crazy stuff. Enjoy. So let's call the subscriber who sent in this story, which you can do as well to my Instagram, send in a story. Let's call the subscriber Michael, right? So Michael has this cousin, and this cousin is, we're just going to call him Minecraft Kid. We're not even giving him a name. His name is Minecraft Kid. And I can already tell that there's going to be people in the comment section that are going to be like, Connor, I play Minecraft. I'm actually quite a Minecraft fan myself. Does that mean you hate me? I'm unsubscribing. No, I think it's pretty clear by the background footage of this video that is just simply not the case. I mean, hey, I enjoy Minecraft myself, right? You know, it's a really good game. It's a really solid game. When I say Minecraft Kid, I mean Minecraft Kid. I don't mean a kid who plays Minecraft. And you might be like, Connor, that definition isn't very, that's a little confusing. Trust me. You'll understand what I mean by the end of this video. Anyways, right, so someone in Michael's family is getting married. So, Michael's mom came down one day and she was like, hey, Michael, in a couple months, we're going to go to, so-and-so's wedding, right? We've been invited. It's pretty cool. And he's like, oh, that's actually, hey, man, that's pretty cool. Weddings are really cool. You go out there, get some good food, get some, it can be a little annoying at times because there's a lot of stuff you have to do. But, hey, man, it's an excuse to go out, get some good food, meet up with your family. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not such a great thing because then, Michael was sitting there being like, oh, that sounds pretty good. And he's like, oh, wait, is Minecraft Kid. Obviously, he said his real name, but we're calling him Minecraft Kid. He's like, oh, is Minecraft Kid going to be there? And she's like, yes, Michael, your cousin is part of our family, and, he's going to be there, but there's so many good people there, it doesn't even matter, right? You're going to have a wonderful time, Michael. Don't even think about it. And let me just say that this Minecraft Kid cousin has been pretty notorious in the past for just being a little unhinged, and being around him can be a little tilting at times, but Michael was like, screw it, this is going to be fun, I don't really care. Anyways, a couple months go by and it's the time for the wedding. Michael and his parents fly out there. So they get out there, and if you don't know, with a lot of weddings, like, they'll have this dinner beforehand. And so it's like kind of like a pre-dinner or something. I don't know what there's an actual name for it, man. I just don't remember at this time. Anyway, so I just don't remember the name of the pre-dinner, so I'm just going to call it the pre-dinner. It's basically the dinner you have before you actually have the wedding. And, they're sitting at a really big, long table, and there's just a lot of people there. It's like his aunts, other cousins, nephews, nieces, estranged lovers, everyone who sits at one of these tables, right? And also sitting at this table is the Minecraft Kid cousin, who we're just going to call Minecraft Kid, right? So anyways, right, Michael is not sitting directly across or right next to the Minecraft Kid, but he's sitting kind of close enough that, he can hear what the Minecraft Kid is saying, he can see what the Minecraft Kid is doing, all that good stuff, right? So, while he doesn't, in this case, have any direct interactions with them, the Minecraft Kid, he becomes a little unhinged at this dinner. A little might be a bit of an understatement. He becomes extremely unhinged, but I'll tell you all about that. Don't you worry. So at this dinner, right, it's a pretty fancy dinner. It's one of those dinners where you all got dressed up, you're all like at the table, and very kind of like decent dinner manners. It's like you're just not on your phone, right? And there are definitely times if I'm just like maybe with some friends, like just casually
mega casually eating dinner, right? I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm not going to be on my, I don't know, my Xbox or my Bitcoin mining machine. I'm not going to be on any of those things, right? 100%. Especially if I'm with my parents, I'm just not going to be on my phone. It maybe if there's like something really important I need to check, whatever, but I'll ask. I literally ask. I'm like, hey, do you mind? And if I'm like at a fancy dinner, that thing is strapped in my pockets. Like that thing is sealed to my pockets. I'm not going out. And if I am, I'm checking it very nonchalantly, incognito, sneakily under the table. I'm not whipping it out, right? But anyways, right, Minecraft kid cousin dude, he's just sitting at the table, a very fancy dinner, right, in a very fancy restaurant, and he whips out his big old clunky iPad, and he's playing Minecraft Pocket Edition, which, by the way, is a fire edition of Minecraft that brings back a lot of memories, but that doesn't matter. He's not supposed to be playing it. So his mother, right, Minecraft kid's mother, turns to him and says, hey, Minecraft kid, can you please put away the iPad, like the guests are here. It's rude to do that at the table. And he says, Mom, no, I'm almost done with my game. Like, I'm still playing. And she's like, okay, sweetie, well, you got to wrap it up very soon. Can you pause the game? He's like, no, Mom, I can't pause the game. It's not one of those games you can actually pause. By the way, he was in creative mode. It was 100%. It was 100%. It was a single player world, dude. It was 100% a game he could have paused. But he was like, no, Mom, you just don't get it. Like, I can't pause the game. And I'm so close, Mom. I'm so close. And she's like, all right, sweetie, like, that's okay. And at this point, right, Michael's just looking over like, okay. Because this kid, right, this cousin, he isn't 6. You know, there's a little like 4-year-old kids, like the iPad kids. Dude, I was an iPad mini kid, like, no offense, right? But, you know, those iPad kids sitting at the table, like watching Coco Melon drooling away, right? Anyways, those kids are like 4. It's whatever. This kid, he was 14 years old. I bet there's some of you guys watching me that are younger than 14. And, I don't know if you're playing Minecraft or mining Bitcoin at the dinner table at a fancy restaurant. I just got a feeling that's not the case. So anyways, right, his mom is starting to get a little bit impatient. She's like, hey, sweetie, like, I asked you 5 minutes ago to wrap it up. He's like, Mom, I'm in the middle of a game. At this point, like, Michael, like, kind of turns around. He's like, oh, my God, what the fuck? What? Oh, my God. Because, like, this is starting to become a scene. And, like, the Minecraft kid's mom is like, sweet, you better put that thing away right now. She was like, can you please put that away? I don't want to make a scene. Because this kid started to get, like, really mad. He started to get really tilted. He was becoming really unhinged. And he's like, no, Mom, I will not put it away. And at this point, like, the mom, because she just doesn't want to make a scene, she's like, fine, like, okay, whatever. And so the entire dinner, right, everyone's going around talking to each other. Minecraft kid, 14-year-old kid at this point, he's not like 6, he can't get away with it, is just like playing, I don't know, he probably logged into like Bed Wars Pocket Edition or something, right? He's just like fighting ways, like building some house or something, going around mining. Dude, I love Minecraft, but dude, there's a place, there's a time, and this is just not the place nor the time. So, that dinner passes, right? And Minecraft kid never gets off his iPad, which is pretty, annoying to the mom. She's not super happy about that. And he definitely kind of caused a scene. And then it was kind of like weird that he was like playing games while they're talking, but whatever, right? It's just the pre-dinner. It's not actually the real wedding. How bad could that be? Spoiler, it got pretty bad. Anyways, right, so the actual wedding comes around, and people do different things at weddings, and they normally have like the kids do things. Like I went to a wedding, I think when I was in 2nd grade, maybe, no, I was either, no, wait. I was either in 5th grade or 2nd grade. I was a young kid either way, right? And, what they had me do is they actually had me be the ring bearer, which means I walked down the aisle with the ring. Funny mini story, afterwards, I was dancing with the groom because they had a little dance party afterwards, and my sweaty hands gripped onto his hands so hard that I accidentally ripped the ring off his finger. It flew across the room, and they almost didn't find it. So, yeah, that was unlucky, but it actually became very lucky when they found it. I was almost that kid, but thankfully I wasn't. And there's also like people that are like the flower kids or whatever. They just carry flowers, like whatever, right? But there's also at some weddings people have like rice throwing, which is in my opinion it's a little weird, but I also know like a lot of people do it. So basically, right, Michael and his Minecraft kid cousin and like 2 other kids that were at the wedding, they were given a bag of rice, and their instructions were walk down the aisle, sprinkle the rice, like just like kind of like lightly throw it, Don't throw it at people. Just like kind of like lightly sprinkle it or whatever. Dude, I don't totally get why that's a thing, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not I don't control weddings, whatever, right? It's cool. So anyways, right, so the day comes around, it's the wedding, and everyone gets in there. They're all dressed up. Minecraft Kid is not on his iPad or whatever because, like, his mom, like, she's like, no. But anyways, right, so the wedding, it's going on, it's happening, and now it's time for, Michael, the Minecraft Kid, and the two other kids to start throwing some rice. So they start walking down the aisle, and Michael and the two other kids are lightly sprinkling their rice. But Michael notices that the Minecraft Kid, he hasn't thrown any of his rice. It's all in his bag, which is a little weird. And they're walking down the aisle, right? They're walking down the aisle. Everything is normal. And then Minecraft Kid kind of grabs the end of his bag. He kind of grabs the end of his bag full of rice. At this point, Michael and the two other kids, their bags are basically empty because they're getting like towards the end of it. And the Minecraft Kid grabs the thing of rice, picks it up, and throws it into the audience. And while he's throwing it into the audience, he screams, "Potion of instant damage!" And everyone was just like, what? Almost any other like scenario, right? In almost any other circumstance, there would have been like bigger repercussions like on the spot for what he did, because that was like absurd and, unhinged 100%. But the thing is, this was in the middle of the wedding. So the people kind of just thought the best idea would be, punish him later, right? Have his mom just shoo him out later, but just go on with the wedding. Like, keep pushing. So people pretended like nothing actually happened. The dude, it was some random guy who got the bag thrown at him. He kind of like pretended like nothing happened. He grabbed the bag. He kind of like filled the rice up a little bit, sat, smiled. And they proceeded with the main part of the wedding. So at this point, right, things are looking good. Besides the whole fact that whatever just happened. By the way, if you don't play Minecraft, a potion of instant damage is like one of the potions you can craft. You throw it at something and it does a lot of damage, right? At this point, the main wedding was over and it was the after party. It was like the reception. It was like it was the thing you go to afterwards. It's food, dancing, fun, but a little dinner as well. And at this point, Michael was like, all right, how bad can this actually get? Like, it can't, like, that was probably the peak of Minecraft Kid being insane. It can't get much worse. Michael, dude, you were wrong. Sorry, unlucky. Today's secret word / secret phrase is dinner. So if you made it this far into the video, I want you to comment dinner down below. Basically, people who like make it certain, like as far as you guys have, I have you guys comment as a word so I can see who made it this far. Watch time is good. Watch time supports the channel. And for supporting the channel so much, I try and heart as many of them as I can. As many comments to say the secret word, which is dinner today. So comment that down below. I can't get to them all. And I actually got a comment saying he didn't heart any of them. Dude, I was asleep, bro. I do my best and I try my hardest. But anyways, there's a chance you get a heart, so do that right now. Bye. I'd also like to inform you that today is your lucky day, because every single person who leaves a like on this video will receive their very own nothing in the mail. I will literally give you nothing if you leave a like. Pretty generous, man. I know. With that being said, back to the story. Anyways, right, it's the reception dinner. Everyone kind of thinks that, like, okay, all the nonsense is over. Minecraft Kid, how much worse can he get? I mean, he literally threw a bag of rice at someone during the whole kind of like part of the wedding that was most important and screamed, "Potion of instant damage" at them while he did it. Like, how can you top that, man? Like, how can you like, he must have all this nonsense out of his system. Spoiler, he does not have all the nonsense out of his system. Unlucky, like, tough for them. Minecraft Kid refuses to, not be a menace for 1 second. But anyways, right, so Michael's mom, some other random kids, Minecraft Kid's mom, and some other random dude, they're all placed at a table together. Like, for most of this wedding, besides the rice throwing thing, Michael's been able to pretty successfully get away from like actually having to hang out with, Minecraft Kid, his cousin. But at this point, he's forced at a table with them, and he's just got to deal with it. He's like, okay, whatever. The wedding's almost over. I had a lot of fun. Like, fine. Like, this dinner can be ruined. Like, that's okay, right? So anyways, they're at the dinner table, and
Everyone there is trying to avoid the fact that Minecraft Kid just did what he did at the wedding. So they just don't bring it up, man. They just don't bring it up. And that's probably for the better, if I'm being honest. Anyways, right, so it's once again a pretty fancy dinner. This was like set outside or something, so it was like a bunch of tables outside. But it was still a fancy dinner, right? They had it catered. They had like, you had options of your food, and it was like you could have steak or like lobster. Dude, it was like a very nice dinner. And so the waiter goes around and, he's like, okay, what do you want? And someone's like, I'll have number one, I'll have number two. Like, they give you basically 4 options, and there's a a lot of diversity in the options. Like, one of them's like a pasta dish, one of them is vegetarian, right? When it came around to the Minecraft Kid, he was like, I'd like a hamburger. And the waiter's just like, sir, like, you can only pick from 1 to 4 on the menu. He's like, okay, I would like the cheeseburger. And the waiter's like, sir, once again, like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, you can pick 1 through 4. And the kid's like, is it really that hard to make a cheeseburger? And the waiter's like, dude, like, at that point, the mom's like, hey, can you just make him a cheeseburger? Like, he's had a really long day. And by he's had a really long day, that's meant he's, like, made a complete scene at the wedding. But whatever, man, whatever. And the waiter's like, ma'am, I'm sorry, all the food is pre-cooked. I don't know what to say. And she just like, to the waiter, she's like, okay, just bring him number 3, which was like the pasta or whatever. And he's like, Mom, I want the cheeseburger, Mom. And she's like, honey, we can't get you a cheeseburger. And he's like, okay. Anyways, right, they're having people are having a good conversation at the dinner table. And, the Minecraft Kid starts going around the table, and he starts like taking everyone's plastic knives. So, they catered a very nice meal, and they just decided, like, you know what? We don't want to buy a ton of like silverware, that's expensive, and we don't want to wash it. Like, we'll just buy some plastic knives. And by we, I mean the people who are planning the wedding. And so, the Minecraft Kid starts gathering up all the plastic knives and then leaves the table. And the mom of the Minecraft Kid is like, okay. And everyone at the table is kind of like that's a little weird, but like whatever. It's not that big of a deal. A little weird for sure, but like whatever, right? And then they see the Minecraft Kid starts going from table to table, pelting the plastic knives at random people, saying, I shot you with my bow and arrow. It's equipped with punch 2, power 3, knockback 1. And he starts doing this. He goes from table to table, just kind of pelting them with these plastic knives. Thankfully, these knives were plastic and not the real deal, because, oh my God, like, that could have been really bad. Like, thankfully, these were just kind of annoying. Like, he's like, I just shot you with my power 6 bow. And at this point, the Minecraft Kid's mom, who'd been dealing with his nonsense for like the last 2 days, and had really just kind of like decided not to make a scene, decided to just kind of be chill out. She absolutely loses it, understandably, man. She loses it. She's like, says the name of the Minecraft Kid, like his first name, his middle name, his last name. This kid knew he's in trouble. And she's like, Minecraft Kid, obviously saying his real name. She didn't say Minecraft Kid. You know what I mean. Get here this instant. And he's like, he kind of goes white in the face because his mom was pissed. She was so mad, dude. And she like grabs him by the hand, drags him out of the wedding. And apparently Michael says that he never saw him at the wedding after that. Like, there was another day of like kind of just hanging out and like some activities. He was just gone. The Minecraft Kid, his mom and him, he was just gone from the wedding. He just didn't return. Subscribe if you haven't already, and then go click on another story video. Got a bunch on screen, and 5,000 likes, and I'll do an eyebrow reveal. Today's story is about this Minecraft Kid who made it his goal, his passion, to become the greasiest, sweatiest, grimiest man on planet Earth. Enjoy. The subscriber who sent in this story, let's just call him Ben. I know I use Ben a lot for the name. I just can't really think of a lot of names when I'm coming up with random names. If you have a name you want me to use, go comment it or something. I don't know. Anyways, write Ben. Ben, good kid. I don't know. He's in middle school, maybe in elementary school. I'm not exactly sure at this time of the story, right? But anyways, right? Ben's in class, and it doesn't really matter what the class is. Let's just call it, it could be a math class, could be a history class, could be a how to mine Bitcoin class. There's a lot of different classes it could potentially be, right? But anyways, in this class, right, there's this kid. And because I'm not good with juggling a bunch of names, and as you guys know, and always tell me in the comment section, oh, Connor, you mixed up the 2 names. You know what I'm talking about, right? But since I don't feel like coming up with too many names for me to mess up, right? We're going to call this kid Minecraft Kid, because he would always wear one of 3 Minecraft shirts, right? So we're just calling him Minecraft Kid. We can probably assume that he plays Minecraft or something. I don't really know. That's not really important, but we're calling him Minecraft Kid because he always wore one of 3 different types of Minecraft shirts. Anyways, right, so, Minecraft Kid, he's had a bit of a history for, like, I don't know, for, like, kind of, like, stunts or something. Had always been kind of, like, looking for attention, right? He's always, like, would do something to try and get attention of the class. For example, like, one year, like this was probably like a year ago or a couple months, or at least a time in the past, right? What the Minecraft Kid did was they were doing some kind of like craft or something that involved glue. So he decided to get some kind of attention. He would like glue his shirt to the table and be like, ah ha ha, look at me, I'm stuck. All that ended up doing was like the teacher got mad at him and then he ruined one of his shirts. Like there was really no benefit. Yes, he did get like some attention or something, but like the class was like, LOL, like why? Huh? Like why would you do that? Anyways, right, so the Minecraft Kid, kind of known for like, trying to do these publicity stunts, kind of known for trying to do things for attention, right? Anyways, right, one day, one good day, one old day, like nothing irregular about the day, completely normal day. We got Ben sitting in his class. He's a good kid. He's a good student, man. He's just trying to sit there. He's just trying to pay attention to the to the teacher, and not the other students, right? Anyways, there's a bit of like a little bit of a break. And for some reason, I think it was like maybe, Ben and a bunch of these kids, they had like the next class they had was in the same classroom. So, but for some, I don't even know, right? But for some reason, they had a bit of a break where they were able to talk to each other. And, they were kind of just chatting about what, kids chat about. I don't even know, man. The newest like game coming out on the Abacus or something. I don't know. Anyways, right. So they're just chatting. They're having a good old time. And then the Minecraft Kid, right? The Minecraft Kid is like, guys. And they're all like, yeah. And he's like, guys, hear me out. And they're all like, all right, dude, what's up? He's like, it is my goal to become the stinkiest man on planet Earth. And everyone's like, why would that be your goal? Why is this your aspiration in life? Some people, they aspire to be, I don't know, astronauts. Some people aspire to help people and be doctors. Some people aspire to move money around and really not do that much but get paid a lot. Some people aspire to be storytime YouTubers. Some people, you get the picture, right? But apparently some people also aspire to be the worst smelling people on planet Earth. And apparently that was Minecraft Kid. And they're all like, okay. And he's like, I have a 3-step plan to accomplish this. And they're all like, okay. He says, my 3-step plan goes as follows. Number 1, you see this creeper shirt I'm wearing right now? Yeah, he's wearing like the classic creeper shirt that's like super popular or whatever. You see this creeper shirt that I'm wearing right now? I will not change it ever again. I will wear this shirt every day. I will not wash it. It will not be like Albert Einstein and like or Steve Jobs, or I don't even know at this point, who wears like the same shirt every day, but it's actually a different pair. It's not actually the same shirt. He has like 6 of the same shirt. It will be the same shirt and it will not be washed. And everyone's like, okay. And he's like, number 2, my second step in my plan to become the smelliest person on planet Earth is as follows. They're like, okay. Number 2, I will never shower again. And they're like, and to be fair, showering vigorously every day, scraping all the oils off your body 2 times a day, right? Yeah, probably not supposed to do that. I do know that like Americans or something, or like people in the United States, they do tend to shower a little bit too much. Leaves your skin dry, leaves your scalp irritated. I don't know, right? But that doesn't mean don't shower ever. That's not the solution, right? That's not the solution. And everyone's like, okay, dude. He's like, part 3 to my plan to be the most revolting man on planet Earth. Part 3? I will never brush my teeth again. At this point, everyone's like, hey, yo, bro, why? Don't do that, bro. And at this point, he was like, yes. In his head, he's like, yes, the attention. I'm getting the attention, yes. And he's like, yes, I will never brush my teeth again. Never. And look, okay, the thing with the shower, yeah, Americans tend to shower a little bit too much. Please brush your teeth. Just do it. Dental hygiene is good. Yeah, that's just fun fact.
teeth bad when they explode. Yeah, so that was science from the Pugs channel. Please just brush your teeth. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, dental hygiene, good. Also, I need to get better at flossing, but flossing's really important. You know what? I'm not going on a tangent about how flossing is good. This is a story. Someone then piped up and said, dude, you're obviously not going to do this. You're going to do this for one day and then quit. And at this point, look, that dude should not have said that. He should not have said that, because that only inspired the Minecraft kid to actually go ahead and go through with actually, trying to become the most, grotesque man on planet Earth, right? He actually went through and he probably wasn't going to go through with it before. It would have been a publicity stunt, but then someone challenged him. Someone challenged him to actually go through with it, basically, by saying, hey, dude, you're not actually going to go through with it, right? Should not have done that, because, the next day rolled around and, Ben came into class. Next day, Ben came into class, right? And he sees the Minecraft kid. He looks over at him and he remembers, right? He's like, oh, yeah, that kid was going off on this, like, crazy tangent about how he was going to become the smelliest guy on planet Earth, right? He looks over and the kid's sitting there and he's too far away, right? He's too far away to smell him. And he doesn't want to go up to some random kid and start sniffing him. Like, little spoiler alert from the Pugs channel. Don't do that to random people. Don't be like, hey, can I sniff you? But he noticed that the Minecraft kid was wearing the same creeper shirt that he wore a couple days ago, and he's like, let's just hope he has another copy of that, or maybe let's just hope that he washed it or something. Or maybe the kid's actually going through with it. The next day rolls around, Ben walks into class, good kid, paying attention, but then, he looks over at the Minecraft kid, and he's wearing the same creeper shirt again, and he's like, okay, let's hope this is some crazy coincidence, or he has like 15 pairs of this shirt, or he's doing a wash every single day with just one shirt in the washer and then the dryer, just fumbling around one shirt. Like, that's it, just one shirt. Anyways, right, the next day, the 4th day in, and he turns around, the Minecraft kid is still wearing the same creeper shirt. And for today, right, the teacher is going to do random assignments for a big project that's going to last a week. This is a group project of 2 individuals, right? You're paired up for this project, and you're going to be stuck with this person for a week. So Ben is sitting there like, wouldn't it be funny, right? Wouldn't it be just like destiny saying, screw you, kid. L unlucky, get played if I get assigned with the Minecraft kid. So the way that the teacher is going to be randomly assigning kids together in groups, right? He has the 20, 25 or so kids in the class. He has their names printed out, and he's like going to pull them out of a hat or something. The teacher always like making a big deal out of how like the random assignments of kids, just so he could kind of make a game out of it, make it seem like he wasn't putting people together on purpose, right? All that good stuff. So names start getting called, and Ben starts sweating a little bit, because he's like, Minecraft kid definitely isn't telling the truth about being the stinkiest man ever, right? Also, what are the odds of me actually, like, statistically, man, I'm not gonna get assigned with this kid, right? I'm not actually gonna get his names keep on getting pulled, and then he hears and then it's done in pairs. So the teacher pulls out the Minecraft kid's name, and he says his name, and then he like waits a second before he pulls out another name, because he like having this little dramatic pause. The teacher loved the teacher loved the drama, man. He had a little dramatic pause, and he pulls out the name, and he looks at it, and he looks up, and he makes eye contact with Ben, and Ben is like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And he says, Ben, Minecraft kid and Ben, you are partners for the next week. The secret phrase of the day is teacher. So if you made it this far into the video, comment teacher down below. I'm going to try and heart as many of them as I can. I can't get to them all, but if you want the best chance, I guess, of getting a heart and trying to like farm some hearts, get top commenter in the channel, is to comment teacher down below. So go ahead and do that. Also, occasionally in videos, I'll shout out channel members randomly. So yeah, shout out to this person. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member. If you want a chance of being shouted out randomly on the channel, hit that join button, and yeah, keep leaving comments. You don't have to do it. Honestly, I just appreciate you guys watching this far. That's just extra. Don't even worry about it. Finally, it is your lucky day. It is your lucky day, man, because for every single person who leaves a like on this video, by the way, this is not a scam at all, not a scam, you will be getting your very own nothing. If you leave a like right now, your very own nothing will magically appear at your doorstep. Anyways, right, so Ben eventually, like, he trudges over to the table where the Minecraft kid is sitting, realizing that he's gonna have to do something with him every single day for the next week. And it's like a very hands-on project, right? They can't just, like, sit at different desks and do it. It's a project where they have to be at the same desk. They have to be interacting all the time. They have to be speaking to each other. And let me just say that Ben could immediately, the second he sat down, the second the Minecraft kid started talking to him, he could immediately tell that the Minecraft kid actually did uphold his promise of wearing the same shirt, not washing it, not taking a shower, and not brushing his teeth for the last 4 days. And it became unbearable. Like, Ben was like, oh, did you actually uphold your challenge or whatever? And the Minecraft kid's like, yeah, bro, I'm currently on track to keeping it up. And Ben's just like, great. That's great, man. I'm so happy that, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So Ben is sitting with the Minecraft kid for probably like 10 minutes max, probably like a maximum of 10 minutes. And he just can't do it anymore. He can't take it, man. It's literally too much. Like, he thinks he might actually pass out if he hangs out here any longer. He just can't do it. It's unbearable, man. Like, the kid actually held in, like, he followed through with his promise, and the consequences were very apparent. Very, very apparent. And Ben was like, hey, man, 1 second. And he goes up to the teacher. He walks up to the teacher. He's like, hey, Mr. Teacher, like, this is going to be very weird. I'm so sorry, but I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. And the teacher's just like, oh my God, like, chill. Oh my, Ben, hold up, Ben. Like, let's calm down here, right? Like, what is going on? Like, are you good? He's like, man, I'm so sorry. I can't do the project anymore at the Minecraft kid. I just can't do it. Obviously, he said the kid's name. He didn't say Minecraft kid, but I don't feel like making up more names. And the teacher's like, Ben, like, what's the problem? Do you guys have beef or something? Like, what's the deal? And Ben's like, dude, I don't know how to explain this, but he smells so bad. And the teacher's like, Ben, like, that's not a reason to not hang out with someone. And Ben's like, dude, you don't understand. Teacher's like, no, I think I do understand. That's very rude. Go back to the Minecraft kid. Like, don't tell him you came up to me to say that. Like, that's very rude and disrespectful. And I will be thinking about that when I'm writing your end of term report card. And Ben's just like, oh my God. Anyways, and then Ben tries to explain to the teacher. He explains to the teacher the Minecraft kid and his, like, ambitions and goals and what he's doing to get there. And the teacher's like, I'm sure it's not that bad. I'm sure he's not actually doing that. Go back to the project. Go back to sitting with Minecraft kid. And I don't want to hear anything else about it. So Ben is like, this is going to be the worst week of my life. This is going to be, if I survive, if I don't die from, like, inhaling too much toxic air, right? If I even survive this is going to be the worst week of my life, right? Oh my God. So he somehow manages the rest of the day. And he comes in the next day, and he's just hunkering down. He's preparing for the worst. He even brought a little, make it like a homemade gas mask if things got too bad. He also wrote his mom a letter, like, if I do not survive, read this letter. And his mom was like, okay. And anyways, he gets in the class, right? He gets there. And the Minecraft kid, he's wearing a different shirt. It's not the creeper shirt. And when he sits down at the table, he doesn't smell anything. That kind of, like, putrid, revolting smell that was just, like, encapsulated the Minecraft kid's essence, right? His ever being, right, is gone. Minecraft kid says, hey, how's it going? And his breath doesn't stink. Oh my God, it's a miracle, man. Ben is like, oh my God, God is real, man. This is incredible. Oh my God, dude. And yeah, so he was really confused, and he didn't want to say anything. He didn't want to say anything. He was just blessed. He was thankful, man. But anyway, so, like, what ended up happening is Ben heard this, like, from the grapevine. He heard this from some other kid, right? That the Minecraft kid eventually went up to the teacher and asked the teacher a question, and the teacher kind of inhaled the pungent aroma and almost gagged. So the teacher ended up apparently calling the Minecraft kid's parents, explaining to them what Ben told him about what the Minecraft kid was up to, not showering, wearing the same shirt, not brushing his teeth. And apparently the Minecraft kid's mom intervened and forced him to shower, change his clothes, and brush his teeth. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now go click on another video. There's some on screen. Click one. Why haven't you clicked on Today's story is about this kid who smelled so bad that this random girl, right, she started gagging and actually collapsed in front of everyone. Enjoy. Yeah, sit back, relax,
grab a cup of coffee, grab a bag of popcorn, grab your favorite Bitcoin miner, and let's get right into the story. All right, so we're going to call the subscriber who sent in the story, we're going to call this guy Chris, right? So Chris sent in a story to my Instagram in the description. If you want to send in stories, be featured on the channel, go ahead and do that. Anyways, right, so Chris went to this summer camp, right? This summer camp was a sleepaway camp and was 2 weeks long. This is probably one of Chris's first times going to a sleepaway camp. So, you know, he was a little nervous, man. He was a little nervous. I know at least my first time going away to a sleepaway camp, you know, I got the nerves. I got a little nervous about that stuff too. I walked in with my mom, same as Chris. So Chris and, you know, his mom, they walk in. And, you know, there's someone like, you know, at the counter or whatever being like, hey, thank you guys so much for coming. We're so excited to have you. What's your name? And, you know, Chris's mom was like, this is my son, Chris. And, you know, the person's like, oh, Chris, it's so nice to have you. Like, whatever. Like, they check him in. And then they're like, all right, Mom, I think it's time for you to go. All right, Chris, your group is Group B. You're going to be over there. And he points to this, like, counselor person, like, two of their kids. And Chris is like, all right, Mom, bye, see you around. So anyways, right, Chris's mom goes, Chris goes over, and he, you know, he gets in his group. He starts meeting some people, some decent kids, you know, some other people that are probably just in the same boat as him, probably just feeling like, wow, I just left my parents to go to this, like, weird summer camp with these weird kids, and I'm a little bit uncomfortable, man. Yeah, probably, here's the thing, right? Little mini story from me. This is definitely not as bad or as interesting as my sleepaway camp experience, because let me just tell you that Chris, he did not need to go to the bathroom in a paper bag. Yeah, I had to do that. It was awful. Actually, story time for later, for another video. 4,000 likes, and I'll do that story this week. Anyways, right, so Chris, he's meeting his other people, and this is where we introduce this kid. We're going to call him Noah. Anyways, right, so this kid, Noah, he seemed pretty normal at first. He was wearing, I don't know if, like, I'm going to title this, like, Minecraft kid or just, like, kid or whatever. He was kind of, like, known for wearing, like, random creeper shirts or whatever. So that's why I might call him, like, Minecraft kid in the title. But basically, right, this kid, Noah, you know, he seemed pretty normal. Honestly, Chris, the subscriber, didn't think anything out of the usual when he saw him at first. He honestly just, like, assumed he was pretty normal, pretty, like, you know, just, there was no red flags is what I'm trying to say, right? So basically, right, they all go back to the eventually, right, so everyone gets there, everyone in Group B, the person who was, like, their like, the camp counselor plus, like, their cabin leader person, he had, like, a sheet to check everyone in, and eventually everyone got there, so it's like, all right, time to go to the cabin. So they walk over, right, and they go to this cabin, and the cabin is, like, it's, like, pretty nice for a cabin at a sleepaway camp, but this isn't some, like, 5-star, like, hotel, some, like, luxury resort, Four Seasons type bit, right? This is a cabin. This is a sleepaway cabin, man. I mean, the fact that you get running water, that's a blessing, dude. I'll be straight with you guys. That's a blessing. If you get hot water, then, like, I don't know, man. I think you're hacking. I think you have, like, some, you know, hack client installed in real life, dude. Like, no shot you got hot water in that thing. Anyways, right, it's a normal camp. I mean, as a cabin, dude, like, what do you expect, bro? But they get there, right, and they're looking around, and there's, like, bunks, and, you know, people are like, oh, can I have top bunk, can I have bottom bunk, whatever. Everyone kind of got the bunk they wanted. There was no drama there. But when it came around, they checked out the showers and the bathrooms, and when they got to the showers, right, Noah had this little look on his face. Like, Noah had, like, his nose was all scrunched up. He was, like, making all these noises, like, bleh. And, like, here's the thing. Like, I wouldn't totally blame, like, I would understand this a lot more if there was, like, a bunch of, like, spiders or bugs or dirt or grime or anything. But these bathrooms, like, you know, at least Chris told me that these showers weren't bad at all, dude. Like, they were pretty normal showers. Like, they were pretty run-of-the-mill, normal-type showers. Like, there's nothing that bad with them. But Noah was making this big deal about how, like, gross they were and how, you know, he even said at one point, he's like, I'm not using these. And, you know, the camp counselor dude, who I don't really feel like giving a name because I'm going to get really confused really fast. We already have 2 names, and there's about to be a 3rd name coming up. So we're just going to call him camp counselor dude, right? So camp counselor dude was like, that's funny, but you will actually have to shower, like, right? And Noah kind of just looked at him with this look. And the camp counselor dude kind of just assumed that Noah was joking about not going to take a shower for the next, you know, 2 weeks. But Chris, you know, he kind of, like, got a feeling that Noah wasn't playing around. He wasn't joking.
And so anyways, right, later, Chris kind of forgets about that. They go to dinner, they have a good time, you know, they're kind of like, you're sitting with your you're with your kind of like your group, your cabin, right? And at different meals and activities, obviously you're with different people, but for dinners, they want to have you with your cabin because that's kind of like your little bonding group. That's your little group of people, right? So they're talking around, they're having a pretty good time, and they go back to the cabin eventually, and you know, they're going around, and then Chris, right, is in the same kind of like quad as Noah. He's not bunking with Noah, but he's in the same quad with Noah. And, you know, Noah goes up to him, he's like, yo, dude. And, you know, Chris is like, yeah, what's up, bro? And Noah's like, hey, do you have any deodorant? I forgot mine. And Chris is like, well, I mean, I do, but I'm not, like, don't take this the wrong way, bro. I'm just not trying to share it. Because, like, you know, that's fine if you totally know someone or their family. Maybe sharing deodorant is okay, but it's a little uncleanly, right? I mean, the reason why you're scrubbing you're trying to, like, deodorize your underarms is because they got some stuff going on down there, right? So it's like, Chris is like, bro, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't know if I'm trying to share it. Like, if I figure out that I brought another one, sure, I'll happily, like, give it to you. And then, like, he notices that Noah goes around, and he figures out that, yeah, no one else brought extra deodorant. And Noah's at this point, he's like, he doesn't feel like talking to the camp counselor dude, because he has, like, beef with him, I guess, because, like, he, like, actually made fun of him for not wanting to, like, take a shower or something. But anyways, right, so the days go on, and I'm not going to go through every single day. I'm not here to waste your time, right? But basically, as days went on, Chris was kind of just, like, thinking, Noah hasn't taken a shower yet. Like, Noah has not taken a shower yet either. I don't think Noah was joking, guys. Like, oh my God. I don't actually think... And at one point, right, Chris comes to the revelation that Noah wasn't joking, man. He wasn't trolling. This wasn't some massive prank. This wasn't a haha funny, man. This was a, no, man, I'm 100% serious. Right, and at that point, no, Chris is like, oh shoot, like he's actually being legit, right? And okay, so now's the time to introduce the final and last character that I'm giving a name. She's gonna be, you know, she's the quite a major character in just a second, but I have to give her an introduction now. So this girl, right, let's call her Abby. Abby's kind of a very common name I've been using. If you guys have name suggestions, please leave a comment. I actually have been referring to a screenshot of a long list of names someone left. Like, that's legitimately how I got the name Chris and Noah, thanks to you guys. So yeah, leave names you want me to use in the comment section. Anyways, right, so this girl, Abby, right, you know, Chris had one interaction with her before, and that interaction was in one of, like, the daily activities. So at the camp, right, you had a cabin, you had lunch and stuff, but a lot of what you were doing at that camp, because it was an overnight, like, sleepaway camp, it was kind of like a wilderness camp. It was like, it was practically a wilderness camp. So basically, right, Chris and this girl, Abby, they were in an activity together, and it was like, I don't know exactly what it was, but for some reason, it involved you kind of, like, touching dirt or bugs or doing something like outside or something earthy, right, where you have to get your hands involved. And apparently, like, Abby was throwing this massive fit the entire time, and it really wasn't anything that bad. It was like touching dirt or something. But anyways, right, so, you know, she was just kind of, like, freaking out. Like, she was freaking out over something that, honestly, dude, probably was not worth freaking out over at all. Like, it was, like, touching dirt or something, which, like, here's the thing. Personally, I don't like grabbing fistfuls of dirt, and especially at camp, I was never a fan of that because it would get under my fingernails, and then they would be gross for a while, and I'd have this kind of, like, gritty feeling, and I just wasn't a fan of that, right? So I can understand not being a fan of that, but, like, Abby was going insane. Like, she was like, you can't make me do this, man. You can't make me do this. Like all this kind of, like going over the top, going crazy, like, enough for Chris to remember, because Chris would not have had, would not have had a memory if someone was just like, I don't like touching dirt. Like, whatever, that's totally valid, right? That's totally fair. I'm in that boat too, man. But she was, like, going crazy, dude. So anyways, right, final week comes around, and at this point, Noah has taken 0 showers. He's had 0 access to deodorant or anything, and Chris starts to notice that he's starting to smell a little bit funky. He's starting to smell a little bit like sour milk, just a little bit at this point. And every day, you know, Chris would wake up and Chris would be like, yes, it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful morning. The sun is up. And then he would start to get a little whiff of Noah, he's not his bunkmate, but Noah would walk by to use the bathroom or something, and Chris would be like, oh wow, okay, oh my god, like, oh my god, dude. So right, as the days went on, like, it got worse and it got worse and it got worse, and it just got like, like on the last day, right, on the last day, they had this kind of like activity where all these people would come together, and it was like a big kind of like final mixer type thing. And on that morning, right, Noah wakes up. It's a good day. Chris wakes up. My fault. Chris wakes up. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. The birds are chirping, man. I don't know. Like, it's a good day. The air is fresh, and he wakes up, and he's like. And that was the first mistake. When you wake up and you take a nice big inhale, it's just so nice, like the good morning air. No, this was not good morning air. This was toxic fumes. Like, this would be considered a bioweapon by the World Trade Federation or whatever. Why would the World Trade Federation classify something as a bioweapon, Connor? You're a genius. Anyways, no. But he wakes up and he gets a whiff, right? He's just like, holy shit. So while we're on the topic of smelling bad, today's keyword of the day is smell. So if you made it this far into the video, comment smell down below. Yeah, I just like to see how many people made it this far into the video. It's good for the watch time. I'll try and heart as many of those comments as I can. I can't get to them all. I do my best. I spend a little bit too much time hearting these comments, but if you want a good shot at it, just comment smell down below. And while you're at it, today's your lucky day, man. Today's your lucky day, because every single person who leaves a like on today's video will actually receive nothing. No, you heard me right. You'll receive nothing if you leave a like on today's video. So yeah, leave a like and you'll actually see nothing appear right in front of you. I'm feeling extra generous today, so yeah. So anyways, right, Chris wakes up, smelling the good air, and he just gets a whiff of Noah at this point, and he's like, holy shit, oh my god. And yeah, so this is kind of like the final day, and they're having some kind of like big get-together group type thing of like all the kids in the class or the camp or whatever it is, right? And, they go out there, they walk out of the cabin. I think some of the other kids in the cabin were also they had hailed a little bit too closely to Noah, right? A little bit too closely. And anyway, so they kind of have like a weird mixer type group thing where like they get scrambled up with random people, and it happens to be Chris, Noah, a bunch of other random people, and also the girl Abby, who I introduced earlier, the one who really kind of like was known for overreacting to stuff. And it was just a bad combination, man. Luck just was not on his side that day. So they're assigned these groups, and, they're kind of like, they splinter off or whatever, and it's kind of like the final activity, kind of like final camp activity, last time to have fun, last time to meet these people, right? And whatever activity it was like indoors, and they were all kind of like in one of these classrooms, and they were all pretty close together, and there's an instructor assigned to each group. And, the assignment was, I don't even know what it was. I'll make something up funny. Like, I'll be like, it was something like, I don't know, but for some reason they had to be in a group together, and the instructor said what they had to do, and he said, all right, I'll be back in 20 minutes, right? So, the instructor leaves the room, the group is there, it's Chris, Noah, Abby, some other kids, right? And I think, like, Chris, like, kind of takes the initiative to lead the group, but, like, in the middle of his kind of pep talk, in the middle of his, like, speech or whatever, Abby is, like, starts gagging. She's like, oh. And like Chris like starts to notice this, and everyone else is kind of turning around. They're looking at Abby. She's like, what is that? What is that smell? And well, let me just say that Chris had a pretty good idea what she was talking about, because Noah, with his whole deciding not to shower for 2 weeks and forgetting his deodorant, he was kind of smelling like kind of like spoiled milk plus a lot worse. I don't know how to describe it, man. It was pretty bad. So like he didn't 100% blame Abby, but she started going off even more. She's like, oh my god, oh, and then she just drops to her knees, and everyone's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it's bad, but like it's not that bad. And after she drops to her knees, she's like, it's too much for me, and she like faints on the ground. And obviously, right, Chris is like 95% sure that this is just over dramatic and fake, but one of the other kids was like, oh my god, Abby fainted. And at this point, Noah's just like feeling just like so awkward, dude, because like obviously, right, there was one smell in this room, and it was 100% coming from him. She wasn't, you know, fainting because some kid had like perfume on or like cologne or something, or the air conditioner was like smelling all weird. It was 100% this kid, right? 100%. So some random guy in the group was like, oh my God, she fainted. He runs out, he gets the instructor or whatever, and the instructor runs in like, oh my God, like, Abby, is everything okay? And Abby looks up at him, and she's like, that kid. She points to Noah. At this point, Chris is like, oh my God. And Abby's like, that kid, he smells so bad. And at this point, the instructor's face, which was like genuinely like concerned for a little bit, completely drops. He's just like, what? And the instructor, like, you know, he kind of realized that, you know, this kid, Noah, right, he wasn't smelling the finest ever. But he actually got upset at Abby. He was like, that's so disrespectful to your friend or your colleague or whatever. Come with me. And, you know, he actually took Abby out of the room for fainting because of the smell. And, you know, at that point, like, Noah was just, like, kind of awkwardly standing there because, like, dude, what are you going to do? I mean, some girl just, like, started puking and fainting because you didn't smell good. And, like, Chris decided, like, okay, I got to step up. So Chris is like, all right, guys, let's get back to what's important. Let's work on this project. And yeah, Noah was actually pretty thankful because Chris kind of did just save him from a pretty awkward conversation because everyone else there was, they pretty obviously witnessed what just happened, which was a girl starting to like puke and gag and then faint. Obviously an overreaction, but still, just because the skid didn't smell so good, like that's pretty awkward. That's pretty awkward, bro. So yeah, Chris is kind of the hero here. Noah got saved, and he was pretty thankful. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now go click on another video. Just watch a video. Why
Today we got a story time of this Minecraft kid who actually fights a kid because this other guy said that Minecraft wasn't the greatest game of all time. No, I'm not even joking. So yeah, sit back, relax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and let's get right into it. We're going to call the subscriber who sent in the story, we're going to call him Sam. And basically, right, you know, Sam sent me a message on Instagram about this story. You can do the same thing too if you want your story to be heard on the channel. My Instagram's in the description. That's the best way to find me and to send me the stories. But anyways, right, Sam, also this is a name I got from the comments. Basically, right, Sam told me about this time when he was in 4th grade. So obviously, right, Sam's a little bit older now. I mean, maybe not obviously. There's probably some people in 4th grade who watch me. But anyways, right, Sam told me about this whole experience that happened when he was in 4th grade. So he was in class one day, and there's this kid in the class, and we're going to call him Minecraft Kid. And this kid is, like, obsessed with Minecraft. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I have to, like, make it very clear again, because I have to do this every time I call someone a something kid, Roblox kid, Minecraft kid, etc., right? There's nothing wrong with really liking a game. I mean, obviously, like, I'm playing some Minecraft right now. It's a good game, man. I like it. I enjoy it. It's, you know, it's a good time. What can I say? But at the end of the day, right, there's definitely kind of like a connotation around Minecraft Kid, which means you don't just like the game. It also means you're kind of crazy, right? Anyways, right, so there's this kid in this class. We're going to call him Minecraft Kid. We're not even giving him a name because the name Minecraft Kid, that name is honestly good enough. Anyways, right, so they're in class, and they're kind of, like, been divided up into small groups, and so the teacher kind of, like, randomly assigned people to different groups, and the subscriber, Sam, was, you know, in a group of, like, 2 other people he kind of knew, and then he was also assigned into a group with the Minecraft kid, because this was a group of 4s. So Sam and the Minecraft kid never really had, like, a lot of, like, they weren't boys, they weren't super close or anything, they were just kind of, like, they knew of each other, and they had interacted a couple times, but they weren't really that close, and anyways, right, you know, they were talking, I don't exactly know what the group project was about, but they were doing some kind of presentation, some kind of project, and the other 2 kids start bringing up the subject of, like, video games and what they liked the best. And at the time, right, Minecraft was pretty popular. I don't know what other games were pretty popular, but Sam was more of a Call of Duty person, and, you know, there's the discussion of what is the most popular game arose. And obviously, like, I mean, the other 2 kids were saying something, and they weren't really saying it that, like, strongly, but the Minecraft kid was like, Minecraft is the greatest game that has ever been made. You know, personally, I kind of agree with the Minecraft kid just because I don't really play a lot of games, and Minecraft is, like, the only game that runs on my Mac. But obviously, like, I'm not going to die on that hill. If someone disagrees with me strongly, I'm going to say, that's all good, bro. Like, that's fine. Just to a certain extent, man, like, it's really just up to everyone's own opinion and, like, what their favorite game is. And, like, I don't really care. It's up to you. You can like what you want. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid was like, guys,
obviously Minecraft is the greatest game that has ever been created, right? Like obviously Minecraft is the greatest game. And then, the subscriber, Sam, is like, you know what? I actually disagree. I personally think Call of Duty is the greatest game. And then he gave like a list of like why he thought Call of Duty was greater or a better game than Minecraft or whatever. And the Minecraft kid wasn't that angry at first, but was like, you're wrong because like X, Y, and Z. But anyways, right, Sam and the Minecraft kids start going back and forth more and more, and like Sam, he isn't taking it that seriously, but he's really holding his ground. The Minecraft kid basically wouldn't have gotten upset if like, Sam would have been like, oh no, you're right, Minecraft is the greatest game because X. And remember, I personally think Minecraft is the greatest game, but I also just don't care. But anyways, Sam was holding his ground, and rightfully so. You're allowed to think whatever you want, especially when it comes to like the greatest video game. Like, that's not a big deal. But the Minecraft kid, he was getting angrier and angrier and angrier, and he was getting more upset, and he was like started like doing all that like heavy breathing, like, you don't understand the truth, you don't understand. He's like, this is very insulting to my honor. And at this point, right, Sam, he was kind of, look, this was in 4th grade, and he kind of liked messing with people a little bit. Sam was a good kid, so he didn't want to mess with anyone who didn't deserve it. But if someone was being goofy, he was going to play them, right? If you're being goofy, man, he was just going to play you. So anyways, right, Sam and the Minecraft kid keep going back and forth. And the Minecraft kid starts getting angrier, and he's like, you don't understand what's happening. He's like, you don't understand what you're saying. And at this point, Sam starts going like, he's like, you know what? Let's just rile this kid up a little bit more. Let's just have a little bit more fun at this point. And so what Sam ends up doing is he says, you know what? I don't just think Call of Duty is the best game. I think Minecraft is the worst game, which obviously, he didn't actually think that. Sam enjoyed himself a little bit of Minecraft. It was a good game. He had some good memories on it. He used to watch all like the OG Minecrafters. Like, he was a kid once too. And, he'd hop on a survival world with his friends every couple years or every couple months, right? So he liked the game, but he thought it'd be funny if he told the Minecraft kid, who was getting really upset over the fact that, Sam didn't put Minecraft as the best game, if like he said, oh, Minecraft is the worst game. And this made the Minecraft kid completely flip out. And what happens when, Sam says, I actually think Minecraft, it's not just the best, it's not just not the best game. It's actually the worst game ever created. The Minecraft kid, his eyes get all wide, and he just like takes 2 hands and slides all the pens off the desk really quickly. Like just like slams them all off. At this point, right, the other 2 kids at the table who are very amused by this conversation are just like, whoa, 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 dude, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. And to be fair, man, it just wasn't that deep. It really just was not that deep. And the Minecraft kid starts huffing and puffing. And you might be thinking, how is the teacher not even involved at this point? Well, basically, right, the teacher sent everyone to do like group projects or whatever at their little desks with their partners or their groups of 4. And he just left the room for like the class period. He was like, dude, I'm out of here. So, right, the Minecraft kid, he's basically getting ready to square up. He's like, what did you just say? And at this point, right, Sam is like, okay, this was really funny. In fact, this was hilarious. Actually, scratch that. This was quite hilarious, right? This was great. But I think it's time for me to stop the trolling before this kid actually blows, like, I don't know, a blood vessel or something, dude. Like, this is kind of crazy. And so he's like, okay, man, I was just joking around. He's like, no, you can't joke about that stuff, dude. You just can't joke about that stuff. At this point, right, Sam is like, okay, this kid is actually crazy. Like, oh my God, I think I've gone a little bit too far with this one. And the Minecraft kid's like, you don't understand. You don't understand what you've done. And he looks at him. He says, you shall pay. And he gets up and he puts on his backpack and he's like, I will see you tomorrow. And he just like runs out of the classroom. And at this point, Sam's just like, hey, yeah, like, bro, what? What? And all the other kids at the table are just like looking at him just like, dude, don't ask me. I have no idea. Like, I'm not the one to like ask on this one because I don't know either, bro. Like, best of luck. That kid's kind of funny, but like, I don't know what's going on right now. But like, let me know because I'm kind of curious. So anyways, right, the next day rolls around. Yeah, the next day rolls around and, Sam is at recess with some of his friends. And he's like just standing there and he's like looking around and he just like looks across the field or whatever, or like across like whatever the landscape was. And he sees the Minecraft kid, and the Minecraft kid is just looking at him and he's just smiling. And at this point, right, Sam is feeling weird. He's like, this kid's a little strange. Like, I don't know why he's just like staring at me so intensely. Like, I'm a little uncomfortable, if I'm being honest, right? So anyways, after that, he looks away and he like looks back at his friends, and then eventually Sam is like, okay, I'm gonna see if that kid's still there. He looks back and the Minecraft kid is not just no longer staring at him, but the Minecraft kid is gone. Like, the kid is gone. Speaking of Minecraft, let's just have today's secret word be Minecraft, like legitimately just Minecraft. I'm going to try and heart as many of those comments, but today is going to be really busy for me, so I might not even be able to heart the comments, but I would still appreciate it if you commented so I can see briefly how many people made it this far. And also, while you're down there, leave a like on the video and you'll receive absolutely nothing. It is a fantastic deal. And anyways, right, so Sam, he was just chilling. He's just like, oh my God, where'd the Minecraft kid go? And so he walks back into school, right? He walks back as like the bell rings and recess is over. So he's walking back into his class. And, he's just like, okay, this is the class that I have with the Minecraft kid. Because officially, like, 23 hours have passed, or 23 and a half or whatever. And it's finally like one day later and he's having class again with the Minecraft kid. So he has to go back into his groups. When he gets into class, he's looking around and everyone is there. Everyone is present, besides the Minecraft kid. So he's like, okay, that's a little strange. I definitely saw him today. Anyways, right, so Sam is just sitting in class. He's waiting around, and he's just like, eventually the teacher's like looking around, basically jotting down a little bit of attendance, and notices the Minecraft kid isn't there. Doesn't really say anything. He's like, just kind of probably notes it down in his book that he's not there. And he's like, okay, class, time to go out in your breakout groups. I'm going to leave again. Teacher was not having it. He was just done, bro. But the teacher left again. And, I don't know, the kids go to their groups, normal thing, everything's looking normal. So Sam goes to his group, and the other two kids are there, and the other two kids are like, yo, where's the Minecraft kid? Is he going to fight you? Ha, ha, ha. And at this point, Sam's like, dude, it's actually kind of weird, because, like, I saw him today at recess, and he was just, like, staring at me. And then he was, like, smiling, too. It was really weird. And they're just like, okay. And then he's like, also, he's not in class today. And then they're like, dude, you mean he's at school? Look, this isn't like college where you can kind of like, you can skip classes, or, I mean, it's not advised, but you can. This isn't like high school where, I mean, even in high school, you really can't. This is a middle school where you're dropped off every day. You don't like skip classes. What are you going to do? No, like legitimately, what are you going to do, bro? Like, are you just going to like sit in the locker room? Are you going to sit in the bathroom? I mean, okay, anyway, so this is, like, very weird for someone to be at school and then, like, not attend a class. So they were just like, okay, dude, this is very weird. And then they're sitting there, Sam and the other two people, everyone, they're just at their tables, and then they see the door open, and it's the Minecraft kid. And he has his backpack on, and in his left hand is one of those, like, foam diamond swords. And he just looks at Sam, he's like, our battle, it has started. You shall pay for your slander. And everyone is just like so confused because one, what? But also two, they have literally no context to what is going on right now. And at this point, right, Sam is like both amused and also just super confused because right now the Minecraft kid is stood in front of the entire class and basically called out Sam saying it's time for them to battle. And he has one of those foam diamond swords in his hand. I don't know if you had those like fake like Minecraft foam diamond swords as a kid. I know I definitely did. I know probably half my friends did. And apparently so did the Minecraft kid. He was like, our battle for the honor of Minecraft begins now. At this point, right, he just like he draws his sword. And this is also really bad timing for the Minecraft kid because the teacher was kind of planning on just not being in the class the whole time, but he forgot something at his desk. So he was walking back to the class and like opened the door as this whole thing was going down. At this point, the Minecraft kid has already drawn his sword and he like rushes in and he's like, yeah, for Minecraft. And he's rushing in with his like fake diamond sword or whatever. Sam's just standing there like, what is going on, dude? And at this point, the Minecraft kid runs up to Sam and starts beating him with this fake Minecraft sword. And right, it's not going to do any actual damage because it's like a piece of foam, but he's like whipping it around and it's like kind of stinging a little bit. And Sam's like, dude, stop. What are you doing? Stop. This is really annoying. Like, it didn't even hurt that bad. It was just very annoying. The Minecraft kid is like, for Minecraft. Pop, 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 pop. It keeps like whapping him with like the diamond, not even like trying to like hit him with the side, but hitting him with the flat side, just because it's like a piece of foam flapping around. At this point, right, the Minecraft kid, and also Sam totally doesn't really realize that the teacher has returned to the classroom. So all of a sudden, right, Sam is kind of closing his eyes because he doesn't want the sword to like hit him in the eye or something, because that might actually do a little bit of damage, while everywhere else it'll do literally no damage. But all of a sudden he feels the sword stop, and he feels like the Minecraft kid like disappear from his presence, and he opens his eyes, and the teacher has the Minecraft kid by the scruff of his shirt saying, "You're coming with me, mister. We're going to the principal's office." And yeah, the Minecraft kid basically got dragged out of the classroom, and he was screaming at Sam, "This is not the last of me. I will get my revenge." And yeah, basically the kid was, suspended for the day. He had to do in-school suspension, and he also had to write a formal apology to Sam. It was like a very fake apology, but whatever. But yeah, so moral of the story, don't attack people over them saying Minecraft is not the greatest game of all time. And subscribe if you're new, and if you want to do me a big favor, go watch another video. It really does help out the channel. There's some on the sidebar, some on the video right now. Go watch it. Today's story is about a Minecraft kid that every day he came in, he somehow smelled worse and refused to shower because it would impair his gaming or something. I don't even know, man. Anyways, sit back, relax, leave a like in the video to claim your free nothing, and let's get right into it. So we're going to call today's subscriber who sent in this story. You can do so at Discord, link in description. Anyways, we're going to call him Ben because that's a meme on the channel, and we're just going to keep it up. So anyways, right, Ben, he was in 5th grade, and, in his class, he was assigned one day, he was there, he went in, just started off as a normal day, as all these stories do, and he went in one day, and, the teacher was, announcing this kind of, like, big project that they were doing. It was going to be a 2-week-long project, so it was going to be a pretty big deal. And the groups were assigned randomly as he kind of beforehand, before class, he went to like a random number generator, assigned a name next to every, he went really all out on it. And he kind of randomized the groups. And as he was reading them out aloud, Ben, heard the names, and he was like, oh, one of the names is one of Ben's closest friends, but also one of the names was this kid who was known for kind of just I don't know how to say it, look, being a Minecraft kid does not mean you enjoy Minecraft. Obviously, you can see the gameplay in the background of this video, and I think the game's pretty cool. I've been playing it for a while, and I have a lot of great memories. However, right, Minecraft kid on this channel is denoted to the kids that are If you're a Minecraft kid, you're a Minecraft kid. If you know, you know. That's all I can say. He also wore the same green creeper hoodie every single day without washing it, but we'll get into that in a second. But anyways, right, Ben was listening to the names, and one of them was the Minecraft kid, who he never really had a lot of interactions with, but kind of knew him as, that kid. But he's like, okay, whatever, I'm friends with someone the group is someone I don't know, one of my close friends, and this Minecraft kid. How bad could it actually be? Anyways, right, so they sit down and they start working out the game plan for this project, because obviously they have a lot to do because, it's 2 weeks long. They're not going to be given 2 weeks to do nothing. So as soon as Ben starts talking about, all right, so let's divvy up the work and figure out, what are we going to do in class? Let's have a timeline, and also what people are going to do, at home. And he just said, if anyone has any, reasons they can't do something on a certain day, or they're gone, or they're busy or something, please let me know, as that'll affect how I distribute the work. And the Minecraft kid immediately pipes up and says, I don't know how much work I can do at home. I've, been very serious with my gaming recently. And Ben is like, all right, bro, I respect the grind, but at the end of the day, I don't know if that's, a legitimate reason not to be doing work, because, hey, man, if he's not doing the work, that doesn't mean the work goes away. It literally just means that one of the other people has to, take it over, Ben has to take it over instead. And Ben's not trying to do a lot more work than he needs to do. That's pretty understandable. But the Minecraft kid says, no, man, it's super, super serious. I could be making a lot of money. And by the way, spoiler, the Minecraft kid couldn't. He was thinking of playing in Minecraft tournaments, which I don't even think exist. I don't think there is a competitive gaming scene for Minecraft. I'm pretty sure I watched a video on why that failed or something. But anyways, right, he was like, bro, I'm playing for the MLG, bro. It's gonna happen. I just need to grind harder.
And then he goes on, the Minecraft kid goes on to tell everyone at the table what, like, extreme measures he's been taking to, like, grind out Minecraft. The first thing he says is he brings a mouse into class every day to practice jitter clicking. And if you don't know, jitter clicking is basically just when you click your mouse really quickly, but you do it by, like, vibrating your wrist. I don't really know. I can't personally do it. I'm not about to try. But it gets you more clicks per second, which in a certain version of Minecraft is better for combat, because on some servers you take less knockback and your more hits register. I don't know the science behind it or anything, right? So, and Ben in the back of his mind was like, I thought I heard a little noise. Like, for the last couple weeks, he'd been hearing this, like, really faint, like, kind of like pitter-patter noise of, like, and he had no idea what it was, because, like, Minecraft kid sat in the way back and Ben sat like middle front, so he wasn't like 100% sure like what the noise was, but he's like, in his head he's like, all right, that explains that. But then the Minecraft kid goes on to explain some more uncleanly, right, some not so very clean methods he's been using. Secret word of the day is shower, so comment shower, I'll try and heart it. Anyways, right, so basically the Minecraft kid goes on to explain that showers take way too much time. At this point, like, Ben and his friend kind of look at each other like, bro, what are you talking about? Look, in the United States, there's kind of like people tend to shower a little bit too much, right? It's bad for the skin. You don't actually need to, like, scrub your hair and, like, you don't have to shower 3 times a day, bro. You just don't have to. Like, if anything, it's worse for you. However, right, showering is a good thing. Please do it, at least eventually. You don't have to do it every day or every 5 seconds, right, bro? But just try and do it eventually. Try and do it at least a little bit. That's honestly all I ask at this point. But the Minecraft kid was explaining how he's not showered for the last week, because he's like, you know what? It takes up too much time. That's at least 15 to 20 minutes where he could be practicing his Minecraft gaming. At this point, right, Ben and his friend look at each other like, bro. Bro. Like, they were in 5th grade, right? But even then, Ben was like, he knew that was ridiculous. He's just like, bro. And then the Minecraft kid goes on to explain that, while he hasn't implemented this following tactic yet, he thinks it's really going to be able to transform his gameplay. So they're a little curious what this mysterious tactic that he hasn't done yet is. And the Minecraft kid goes on to say that, yeah, he's not going to change his clothes. So the creeper hoodie that he was wearing today, he's not going to change it, and he's not going to wash it, because it's going to take, just like Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs or whatever, right? It's going to take too much mental energy away from, like, what he could be using to strategize better PvP in Minecraft. And Ben was just looking at him, like, his mouth was, like, if Ben wasn't, like, controlling his mouth, like, his mouth would have just dropped at this point. Just like, are you serious, bro? So anyways, right at this point, Ben and his friend are just, like, looking at each other like, this kid, bro. This kid is crazy, bro. This kid is out of this world. So Ben's friend actually eggs him on and says, dude, I don't believe you. And the Minecraft kid said, is that a challenge? Is this a quest like I can complete in Bed Wars? And Ben just rolls his eyes at that comment. But, Ben's friend is a little bit, like, I don't want to say, like, mischievous, because I wouldn't say that's the case, but he definitely enjoys a good show. So he says, yeah, man. Yeah, actually, no, I am. This is a challenge. This is actually a challenge, man. This is a challenge. If you can complete all those things and prove it, right, somehow, you will have my respect forever. You didn't even have to offer up, like, an actual prize. And the Minecraft kid said, then it's a deal. And Ben just looks at his friend with this look of, like, why? Because Ben knew that, the Minecraft kid was actually going to go through with it, and that he was going to have to sit with the Minecraft kid every single day for the next 2 weeks. And yeah, sure enough, every single day when they came in for class, Ben noticed the kid was wearing the same shirt, and on one of the days, he actually noticed that there was, like, a certain stain on the shirt, probably from lunch or something, and hoodie. And every single day for the next 2 weeks, he would look at the hoodie, he would look for where the stain was, and sure enough, the stain was still there, and it would have been easily washed away, right, if that hoodie was washed or anything. And every single day, the Minecraft kid came in, and yeah, even though Ben was across the table from him, by the first weekend, Yeah, no, he could definitely smell the Minecraft kid. There was no question about it at that point. So how the project worked was it was kind of like a big group project, but it was also like visually heavy. Like there was a lot of visuals involved in the project. So on the final day when it was due, there was like a project fair type thing where one person would stay at the table. Everyone would designate like one person to stay at the table, and the other three would go around and in this like notebook they would like take notes about the other person's work or whatever to submit it to the teacher. I don't know, maybe it's to make it easier to grade or just like give them something to do that was kind of fun. And the Minecraft kid on that day, because after 2 weeks had passed, they'd finished the project. They didn't really give a lot of work to the Minecraft kid because he was busy gaming. And at this point, they kind of were just like, dude, we're just going to do the work ourselves. This is just so interesting to watch anyways. We don't really care. So the Minecraft kid didn't do a lot of the work, but at the end of the day, the project was finished and they did a pretty good job. And the Minecraft kid said, guys, I appreciate you guys like allowing me to like craft away or something cringe like that. And he's like, so I will be the one who stays and explains the project. And they're like, dude, are you sure? And he's like, yes, I'm very sure. So they're like, all right, man, like I kind of want to see the other projects anyways. So by this time, right, Ben was sitting on the other side of the table and he could like barely breathe. Like imagine spoiled milk plus onions plus I can't think of anything right. Just imagine something that smells really bad. I know, perfect description. It's almost like you're there. I'm describing it so well, it's almost like you're there with the words, the beautiful words. It smells bad. But anyways, right, this kid was smelling like spoiled milk that was spilled behind your bed that you find, you know, the puddle of, you know, curdled milk 6 months later. That's the best thing I could give as a description. As well, his like hoodie was like also reeked, but also was full of like stains and hair and just gross stuff. But he's sitting at the table, and Ben and the other and his friend and the third kid, right, they decide to go. They walk around, but Ben is like, he witnesses, right, you know, because he kind of like, he wants to know what other people's interactions are. And he's not really paying attention to the first place that he goes to visit, and he has like his other two friends take notes and such. And he just turns around and watches as this group of girls goes to sit at their table, and they all stand up, and one of them kind of like is like, oh my God. and the Minecraft kid's like, what? And they're like, nothing. We're good. We're just going to sit farther away so we can view your project better. We're just nearsighted. And he's like, nearsighted? Yeah. They're like, we're all nearsighted. And he's like, I don't know if that's how it works. And they're like, yep, it's how it works. So they all stand like 5 feet away from the table, which he's sitting on the other side of, as he explains the project. And Ben, like, you know, nudges his friend, is like, dude, do you just hear it happened? And Ben's friend was kind of paying attention to it. He's like, yeah, bro. Oh my God. Anyways, right, probably like the most interesting part happens at the very end of the class, because that's when one person goes up and hands the project in to the teacher, right? Oh God, I got something stuck in my throat, bro. Anyways, right, so the Minecraft kid decides to go up at the end of class and hand the teacher the project. So he grabs the project, goes up to the front of the class, and Ben just like nudges his friend again. He's like, dude, let's just watch. Let's just see what happens. And sure enough, from far away, they can't hear what the Minecraft kid says or what the teacher says, but they're just watching the look on the teacher's face. The teacher has kind of like a neutral / slight smile on his face as people come up and like bring him stuff. And the Minecraft kid goes up and gets really close for some reason to hand it in. And you can see the teacher's face go from like a flat expression to just like, his face is like goes pale, bro. He's like, oh, he kind of like coughs for a second. He's like, and you can kind of like make out him saying thank you. And the Minecraft kid walks back, and the teacher takes out his like notebook and writes down a note as soon as that happens. And he's not written down a note during the entire class period, besides when he went around before during the fair type thing and like took some notes for people's work or whatever. And yeah, sure enough, the next day, the teacher said, hey, can you guys get into your groups, get into your partners? It's like, we're going to have a little celebratory thing because that was a really big deal. And I thought you'd have like a little goodbye thing with your group. It's only going to be like 10 minutes or whatever. So they go back to like the table, and you know, the group gets there. It's Ben, his friend, the random person, and then they see the Minecraft kid sitting down, and there's no pungent smell, and he's actually changed his clothes. And Ben like looks at him and says, bro, what happened to the streak? Because it was pretty apparent that one, he showered, and two, he was in a, you know, different outfit now. And he's like, I'm so mad, bro.
at the teacher, and they're just like, dude, what do you mean? Like, we got the grade back. We got like a 91. We killed it. And the Minecraft kid's like, no, Ben, it's not that. We did great on the project, like killing it, whatever, right? The problem is that the teacher emailed my mom saying I didn't smell very good, and it was alarming. And then my mom made me shower and wash my clothes, and I lost so much efficiency in my Minecraft. I will never become an MLG pro. And Ben and his friend just look at each other. And then they look at the Minecraft kid and they're like, bro, I think you're going to be just all right. Subscribe if you haven't already, and now go watch another video. There's some on screen, some of the recommended. Watch it, you'll make me happy. Thank you. Today we got a story of a Minecraft kid who actually thought the Nether was a real place. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Sit back, relax, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and let's get right into it. So today's subscriber story, which by the way, if you want to send in a story, you can do so to either my Instagram or Discord server. Both are in the description of this video. We're going to call this subscriber who sent in the story, we're going to call him Cameron. I got that name from the comments, so leave a name you'd like me to use. Anyways, right, Cameron was in 4th grade when this happened, and this was a couple years back, so it wasn't like before Minecraft was popular, because that was a long time ago, man. Bro, Minecraft's been a thing for such a long time at this point. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, right, this was a couple years back, because Cameron, I think, is in like 8th or 9th grade at this point. But back in 4th grade, right, there was this kid in his class, and we're just going to call this kid the Minecraft kid. And I have to do this disclaimer every single time I do these videos, but obviously, right, if you play Minecraft, you are not a Minecraft kid, and also that's not like a bad thing necessarily. Like, bro, obviously I like Minecraft. I mean, look at the gameplay on screen right now. Obviously, I think the game is pretty nice. Like, it is what it is. But if you're a Minecraft kid, you're a Minecraft kid. And if you watch this channel for long enough, you already know what that means. And if you haven't, you should watch more of my Minecraft kid videos. Anyways, right, so one day, Cameron was in class. And this class happened to be a history class. It wasn't like a full-on history class, but it was like the 4th grade equivalent of like general world history plus geography. It was kind of like a combined class or something. And one day, you know, Cameron was kind of sitting more towards the back of the class because, you know, I don't know. He just wasn't feeling it that day. He didn't feel like putting his all in. I mean, hey man, it's history. I can't totally blame you. That's never really been my favorite class either. Like, it's kind of like, okay, it happened, But anyways, right, you know, Cameron was sitting towards kind of the back of the class, and the kid in the class who we're calling the Minecraft kid, Cameron and him were friendly. They weren't necessarily boys. They weren't going to hang out with each other in the weekends, but they would happily talk to each other in class, if that makes sense. But anyways, right, you know, they were kind of close to each other in the room. Like, I think they were sitting next to each other. That's important coming up. But anyways, right, so, you know, Cameron, he's not really paying a ton of attention right now. But all of a sudden, the teacher's like, all right, class, listen up. So Cameron's like, all right, I'll actually pay attention now. Fine, whatever. The teacher's like, all right, class, so I'm just going to have you guys pair up. You can choose whoever, right? Preferably someone near you so it's not that difficult. And as soon as the teacher said that, the Minecraft kid turned around or turned to his side, looked at Cameron, tapped him on the shoulder, and is like, kind of gave him like a head nod. And Cameron kind of like returned with like, yeah, like kind of like a smile and a thumbs up. Like, yeah, okay, we can be partners. I mean, bro, I'll be honest, it's even like if that wasn't Cameron's first choice, it's kind of just a good feeling. Like when someone just like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of like a good feeling because like someone's like, yeah, I want to be your partner. As opposed to when you have 2 other friends in the class and you guys are like a group of 3 and it's like you have to pair up and then you're always the odd man out, man. Hey, man, I feel your pain if you're that guy, bro. It's a tough existence, bro. I understand. But anyways, right, so Cameron's like, all right, bro, I got a partner. Like, Minecraft kid's a little weird, but I still like him. That's cool. And the teacher goes on to say, all right, you know, after you guys have paired up, the task is to come up to the front of the class, grab a piece of paper, grab like a box of crayons, and I want you to draw out a world map. And it doesn't have to be super accurate. Like, you don't have to have literally every country in their capital. Like, if you forget like Vatican City or like, I don't know, one of the like islands and like, I don't know, the South China Sea, we're not going to come for you, bro. Like, it's all good. But, like, get the major continents, get the relative shapes, and kind of just have fun with this project. we'll be doing this for the rest of class. So that, Cameron was like, all right, I can get behind this. Like, Cameron doesn't mind a good art project in a non-art class. Like, that's always a win for him. That's always a dub for the boys. Like, no question about that. And yeah, so they go up, they grab their, their box of crayons or whatever, and, they sit back down, and Cameron and the Minecraft kid decide to start to, sketch out or they plan out what they want to sketch. So they first take a pencil and they're like, all right, so, Asia is here, Europe is here, North and South America. And they were looking in reference to like a big map at the front of the room. They weren't all doing it from memory, of course. And at this point, right, the Minecraft kid is like, all right, cool, but you're missing something. And Cameron's like, what am I missing? Like, I got all the continents. And he's like, oh, did I, are we supposed to, label the major oceans or something? And Cameron's like, I don't know, maybe, but you forgot the Nether. At this point, Cameron, Cameron likes himself, he likes himself with some good Minecraft, right? He enjoys himself a wee bit of nice Minecraft. No question about it. But bro knows that the Nether isn't real. Like, let's just keep it a stack. The Nether is not real. But anyways, Cameron looks at the Minecraft kid like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean, the Nether? The Minecraft kid is not doesn't have some kind of smirk, isn't being obviously sarcastic. And that's when Cameron realizes that the Minecraft kid, this is not a troll, this is not a parody, this is not satire, this is not funny, haha content, right? No, this is serious. The Minecraft kid is being 100% deadpan. Where is the Nether? Where's the Nether on your map? And, Cameron kind of looks at him like, bro, the Nether isn't real. And the Minecraft kid, when he hears that, looks at him and, laughs and is like, bro, what do you mean the Nether isn't real? That's like saying, oh, the United States isn't real. Oh, South America isn't real. The Atlantic Ocean isn't real. The Nether isn't real. It's all the same thing, bro. You're crazy. And at this point, right, Cameron's looking at the Minecraft kid like, this kid is either a top-tier comedian who has me fooled, or he actually thinks the Nether is real. So the Minecraft kid is about to embarrass himself in front of everyone, and I don't really want to stop the story midway through there. So I'm just going to tell you now that comment Nether down below, and I'll try and heart as many of those comments as possible. If you don't know, I have a secret comment every single video, and I filter the comments by that comment so I can try and heart as many as possible. But I'm also pretty busy, guys, so don't take it personally. And while you're down there, make sure you are subscribed and have joined the Discord server. Anyways, back to the story. Minecraft kid believes the Nether is a real place. And at this point, right, Cameron is just looking at him like, dude, there's no way you're serious, bro. There's a 0% chance that you're 100% serious right now. And at this point, right, they're kind of just at a standoff. Because Cameron is just like, bro, the Nether's not real. But the Minecraft kid is taking it like, if I was to go up to you and say, hey, bro, I just want to let you know that Texas isn't real. Texas is a figment of your imagination, bro. It's only in video games. Texas is not in real life. It's as if I was to go up and tell you that, you would probably be a little weirded out too, so I don't, okay, I almost said I don't blame the Minecraft kid, but I still do, but that's the way he was perceiving it. So he was kind of laughing at Cameron like Cameron was the crazy one here. So the Minecraft kid was like, you seriously don't believe the Nether's real? And Cameron is like, you seriously believe the Nether is real? So Cameron is like, all right, man, do you want to make a bet on this? Because, Cameron, bro, he saw an opportunity. He was like, Minecraft kid is confident, and, I'm also much more confident because I know that I'm right and he's wrong, and, this is a pretty good betting opportunity, bro. And, at the end of the day, is he kind of taking advantage of the Minecraft kid? Sure, but it isn't for real money anyways. It's more of, if you lose, you have to do something. So Cameron goes to the Minecraft kid and says, all right, if the Nether isn't real, right, you have to do my homework for a week. And the Minecraft kid says, sure, okay. And if the Nether is? And he says, okay. And Cameron's like, all right, bro, if the Nether is real, I have to do your homework for a week. And Minecraft kid was like, bro, set, deal, got it. 100% I'm in. Huh. And he's like, all right, well, I just won, so you can start doing my homework now? And Cameron's like, bro, what do you mean? And Minecraft kid's like, well, the Nether is real, so I did just win. And Cameron's like, all right, well, okay, we got to figure out a way to actually verify this to, prove if it's real or not. And the Minecraft kid's like, oh, okay, if it's real or not, whatever. And, Cameron's like, all right, so, yeah, let's go and ask the teacher. And the Minecraft kid is like, you know what? Nah, bro. I'm embarrassing you publicly and winning the bet. And Cameron's like, a little taken aback because he's like, what do you mean embarrass me publicly? And the Minecraft kid is like, no, we're going to the front of the class and we're going to ask the entire class and the teacher at the same time. And yeah, you're going to get owned. And Cameron's like, okay, like, all right, bro, whatever you want to do. So Cameron goes up to the teacher who's sitting there, and the teacher's like, oh, you guys done yet? And they're like, oh, we're very close to being done. Do you mind if we, like, make a small announcement to the class to add to do, like, a poll or something, or ask a question? And the teacher who, like, today was a chill day. They were just going in and, like, coloring in, you know, a map or whatever. The teacher who maybe on, like, a less chill day would have been like, no, or maybe even would have vetted the question first. He was like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Whatever you guys want to do. Like, as long as it doesn't take more than, like, a minute or two, then, like, yeah, go ahead. Like, no problem with me. So anyways, right, the Minecraft kid and Cameron, they go up to the front of the class, and they say, attention, everyone, and people kind of, like, look up from their coloring books, or not their coloring books, but the map that they're coloring, and they stop talking, and, Cameron said, Minecraft kid, and he said his actual name, but I'm just calling him Minecraft kid. And Cameron's like, Minecraft kid, do you want to lead this? And the Minecraft kid's like, yeah, I want to lead this. He's like, guys, Cameron and I made a bet. Cameron doesn't think the Nether is real. And he's like, kind of like half laughing, half smiling. Everyone's face is just like blank. Like, what? Like, what did you just say? And the Minecraft kid starts to get a little nervous, but he's like, oh, so yeah, we made a bet, and Cameron bet that the Nether isn't actually real. I bet that the Nether is actually real because it is, and we just came to ask you guys to, like, verify if the Nether's real or not. And the teacher's just looking at them like, is this, like, satire, bro? Like, what? And the teacher also has no idea what the Nether is. He doesn't play Minecraft. But there's, like, a good deal of kids in class that do, and one of the kids starts laughing. He's like, what do you mean then if the Nether is real? Like, what are you talking about? And Cameron, or the Minecraft kid, is like, bro, the Nether is obviously real. It's Minecraft's based on, like, real life. Like, trees are real, grass is real, cows are real. And then, like, the kid was like, yeah, but zombies. And Minecraft kid's like, well, okay, that's an exception. And then someone's like, well, what about skeletons that shoot arrows? He's like, that's an exception too. And they're like, bro, because the kids in the class start to realize that the Minecraft kid actually believes the Nether is real. And they're like, dude, the Nether isn't real. And the Minecraft kid's like, well, what do you mean the Nether isn't real? And the teacher's like, I don't know about this Nether place, but I definitely have never heard of it. Maybe somewhere in Greek mythology. And the Minecraft kid's like, there's proof. And then the teacher's like, mythology, like tales, fairy tales, not real. And the Minecraft kid's like, what? And the teacher's like, all right, guys, I mean, if you really want me to look it up, I mean, I can look into it. Maybe it's like a place on some island I've never heard of before. So the teacher looks up the Nether, and it just comes up with, like, the Minecraft game. He's like, nope, this seems like something in a video game. It's not real. And Cameron just starts looking at the Minecraft kid with this look, this kind of, like, this grin of, like, haha, bro. I told you, dude. I told you. And the Minecraft kid starts sweating. He's like, guys, this is really funny, but this is a bet, so it's, like, super serious. And, like, if you guys are joking, you gotta cut it out now. And the kids are like, no, are you joking? And the Minecraft kid's like, no. And Cameron's like, all right, guys, thank you so much. That's all we needed. And he starts to sit back down, and the Minecraft kid quickly sits back down to the table and just isn't saying anything. Cameron's like, bro, you don't actually have to do my homework for a week. Like, we're good. And the Minecraft kid's like, it's not even that. Like, I'll do it, man. But just, my entire world has changed. What do you mean the Nether isn't real? Next, you're going to tell me that the Ender Dragon doesn't exist. And after the Minecraft kid says that, Cameron just gives him this look. This long stare of, like, oh boy, we got a lot of work to do, boys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now go watch some other videos. There's some on screen, some recommended. If you do so, I'll be very happy. Today we have a story time of a Minecraft kid who got rejected simply because he smelled too bad. Yeah, this was pretty uncomfortable, but also pretty funny, so sit back, relax, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and let's get right into it.
Look, man, I'm going to be honest. I've had a very terrible history when it comes to, the ladies, right? I'm probably one of the most unluckiest guys on planet Earth because I just had the worst streak of luck. So I definitely can sympathize. Like, I almost said sympathize. Yeah, no, I almost said synthesize. I can sympathize with the guy, the Minecraft kid, right? So I'm not gonna go hard on him at all in today's story because I feel bad. And honestly, if you want to hear any of the past tales of me getting absolutely roasted, right, by all the ladies I've failed to like try and get to like me, you can ask District, one of the admins on my Discord server, which is linked in the description. You should 100% join that. You can ask him, and he'll tell you. I'll also probably tell them later on the channel. But anyways, right, let's actually get into the meat of the story. The subscriber who sent in today's story, we're going to call him Luke, and I got that name from the comment section. And yeah, so feel free to leave a name in the comments if you want me to use it. Anyways, right, Luke doesn't play a major role in the story. He's kind of like a passive observer of this thing that happened in class, but it was just such a tough moment, but still pretty like interesting that he thought he'd send it in. So basically, right, there's this kid in his class, and he's kind of like a Minecraft kid. He's just known for playing a lot of Minecraft, right? He wears one of two Minecraft t-shirts every single day, as well as like cargo shorts, which, by the way, look, cargo shorts are not like, they don't look the greatest, but bro, the utility is crazy. I don't personally wear them, but I do respect people that do, because I'm like, bro, you can fit so much in all those pockets. Mad respect. But anyways, right, so, Luke, the subscriber, and the Minecraft kid, they both had a class together, and that's kind of how Luke got to know the Minecraft kid. And let me just say that the Minecraft kid, he's a little strange, he's a little weird, and he definitely is not, gamers sometimes have, like, a tendency, like, or at least a reputation to not be super hygienic, and the Minecraft kid definitely, like, fit this stereotype. But TBH, the Minecraft kid apparently was a decently, like, good dude. Like, he wasn't that bad of a guy at all. In fact, Luke would like befriend him, and they would play Minecraft every once in a while together. But basically, right, this guy's priority was getting more clicks per second to bridge faster, and I don't know, Bed Wars, and his priorities were not 1, changing his clothes, 2, taking a shower, or 3, brushing his teeth. But it is what it is, bro. Anyways, right, there was also this girl in class, and her name was Mary. And Mary wasn't the nicest girl ever, because here's the thing. When, someone maybe, makes a romantic gesture towards you, right, there's no reason that you have to say yes. In fact, like, if you don't want to go out with them, say no. It's better for them too, because, like, if you said yes and then said no later, that's also hurtful. So it's just better to say no, right? But also, you don't want to be cruel with them, bro. Like, they have a heart too. Speaking from experience, I do have a heart, and it breaks very easily. 1 like equals 1 prayer for me. But anyways, I'm not the focus of this story. And I don't know if I'll be, 5,000 likes on today's video, and I'll tell my most embarrassing story when it comes to, like, women, ladies, and how I get absolutely destroyed. 5,000 likes, no less. I made it very high because I don't actually want to tell the story, bro, but hey, man, I'll do what the likes say. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid, while being a decent guy, was also, like, a bit of, like, he was not really in touch with, like, reality in a sense. And what I mean by that is, like, as you're gonna see, he makes a pretty big, like, romantic gesture in front of everyone. He's not super aware of his surroundings in that sense, bro. Like, I'll be honest. And, while Luke was, like, friendly with him, like, he wasn't super close because of these reasons. But anyways, right, it all seemed like a normal day in class. It just seemed like a normal day. And I feel like all these stories I start with, like, it seemed like a normal day, because, bro, it seemed like a normal day. But anyways, right, Luke was sitting in class, and the Minecraft kid was sitting in class, and Mary was sitting in class. Everyone was there. The 3 main characters. If anything, Luke isn't even a main character. He kind of just witnessed the whole thing. But anyways, right, life seemed normal. Anyways, right, today wasn't just a normal day. I lied. Get lied to. Anyways, I hope I didn't mess with your trust issues anymore on this channel. But anyways, right, the day wasn't actually a normal day, because it was a normal day besides for the date. Because the date, February 14th. And by the way, it's about to be February 14th. I'm about to go 19 years without anyone to celebrate it with. 1 like equals 1 prayer. Anyways, right, it was February 14th.
And, that's Valentine's Day, which is either, you're able to, with your significant other or the person, your crush or whatever, you're able to, like, spend a nice day with them. Or if you're like the rest of us, it's just a slightly more miserable day than usual. I'm just kidding. I enjoy life. Life is good. I'm happy. But that day is just kind of like reminds you that, yeah, oh yeah, by the way, bro, you're not doing so hot in that department. But anyways, this day, the Minecraft kid, he was sick and tired. He was sick and tired, man, of spending these days alone. So he was going to make a valiant effort to, persuade Mary. I forgot her name for a second. He was going to persuade Mary that he was the one for her, which all of a sudden, right, or like before that even happens, bro, it's just not going to work. I hate to be a party pooper, bro, but it's just not going to work. Mary already kind of had a thing going with this guy who we're going to call Brad. We could also just call him Chad. It honestly wouldn't matter because it'd be basically the same guy at this point. And anyways, right, and also, even if Mary wasn't had a slight thing with someone already, right, she wouldn't have said yes anyways. It just was reality at that point. I hate to say it. But anyways, right, it was class in the Minecraft kid. He was basically going to ask Mary out in front of everyone. It gets pretty bad, but yeah, obviously it doesn't go that well. And, she makes a pretty big deal out of it. And, the Minecraft kid wasn't necessarily in the right throughout the whole thing, but Mary definitely wasn't in the right as well by the way she acted through it. But anyways, right, so Luke was kind of just sitting there, and he was kind of just chilling. And it was kind of like a normal class, but it's also kind of like a more chill class than usual. And the teacher kind of just let them work on stuff, because they had like a pretty big project coming up. And it was kind of like a work class, but he also didn't care if people were just like talking with each other, because the teacher's rationale was like, if you don't want to do the work now, like, I'm giving you an opportunity. If you don't want to do it now, you're just going to have more later. So like, if you want to do that, like, I guess, do you, bro? Like, I don't live your life. Like, if you want to make your life harder, go ahead and do it. But anyways, right, so, Luke was just kind of chilling there, and then he noticed, like, the Minecraft kid get up from his seat and start walking to the front of the class. And Luke didn't think anything of it beforehand. He just remembers it because of what was about to follow, right? He thinks he's going up to ask the teacher a question. But, the Minecraft kid doesn't go straight up to the front of the class. He starts moving like at a 60-degree angle to like the middle of the classroom, but kind of towards the left of it. And that happens to be where Mary is sitting. And of course, Luke at the time doesn't realize why he's doing this until the Minecraft kid stops right at Mary's desk. And Mary is talking with like two of her other friends, and they're not really doing any work at this time. But she realizes that, oh my God, voice crack. But she realizes that eventually like someone is like standing right above my desk. What's going on? So she kind of looks up and makes direct eye contact with the Minecraft kid. So this is where everything goes down, and it only gets crazier and crazier as it goes on. So I'm just going to have the secret word of the day now. If you made it this far, comment, what should you comment, bro? Comment Minecraft down below. Sorry, not that creative. I'm going to filter the comments by Minecraft, one word, by the way. I'm going to heart as many of them as I can, so if you want a free heart, farm that real quick. Comment Minecraft down below. And anyways, right, so the Minecraft kid goes up to, Mary's desk, and Mary looks up at him and kind of says, like, kind of gives him this look. She doesn't say anything directly, but kind of gives him this look of like, bro, we aren't friends. We aren't boys. What are you doing here? And then all of a sudden, the Minecraft kid, in his creeper t-shirt that, kind of smells like he hasn't washed it in like 3 months or something, gets down onto one knee, takes off his fedora. I'm just kidding. He's not that much in character, bro. That'd be funny, but no. He gets down onto one knee as if he's, like, proposing, and at this point, like, everyone kind of turns and looks, including the teacher, and he starts going on this monologue, and he's like, Mary, my queen, and everyone's like, oh no, bro, he didn't just say that, bro. Like, here's the thing, you see that in like funny joke videos, you see that in like movies or parodies. Don't ever call someone randomly your queen unironically. Even doing it ironically is starting to become a little, just don't do it, bro. Just simply don't do it. You're better off. He's like, Mary, my queen, I have admired you for so long. Okay, also, don't say that, bro. That also sounds weird. He's like, I've admired you for so long. And on this day, Valentine's Day. And everyone's like, no, bro, don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. It's about to be a bloodbath. It's about to be bad. Like, they know things are going down because they also know she's not saying yes, and she's not saying yes, or she's not saying no politely, bro. They know that for a fact. And he's like, will you be my Valentine? And just followed by dead silence. Like, no one else is talking, bro. Everyone has stopped talking. Everyone has stopped working on their projects, including the teacher, who is also fully engaged in this drama that's going down. And it's just dead silence. And Mary's just looking at him blankly, not like laughing or smiling, not frowning, not crying, just like no expression at all. And then Mary says, maybe I would. And everyone like almost gasped at this point because she just said maybe. The fact she didn't say no right away. But here's the thing. They jumped to conclusions way too quickly because Mary was about to go way out of pocket. And let me just say a little disclaimer. Mary must have been having a bad day. Maybe Brad/Chad like didn't get her anything for Valentine's Day because she just went off. And obviously don't do anything like this. This is pretty rude. But she says, maybe I would. Maybe I would if you weren't so ugly. And everyone's like, it smelled so bad. And everyone at this point was just like, no way. She just went hard. She just went, she like, bro, it's so out of pocket. And she was like, it didn't creep everyone out. And everyone just like is around there like, no shot she just said that, bro. No shot. And the Minecraft kid, bro, look, the guy was being a little cringe, but like at the end of the day, like I feel bad for him because like no one deserves that. Look, first of all, Minecraft kid should not have like drawn a ton of attention to him asking her out, as that puts a lot of unfair pressure on her. But bro, you can't be saying no because you're ugly, smell bad, and are weird. Like you just can't be saying that. So the Minecraft kid says, I see. And gets up and starts walking back, and the teacher's just like looks at Mary and is like, Mary, go to the principal's office right now. And she says, for what? And he's like, what do you mean for what? Go there right now. And Mary gets up and is a little taken aback because, you know, obviously, right, she just went off, but she isn't totally sure why. But bro, the reason is obvious. You just called someone ugly, smelly, and weird in front of everyone, bro. You can't be doing that. So yeah, Mary sent off to the principal's office, and Luke, honestly, bro, he was feeling kind of bad for the Minecraft kid, so he went over to the Minecraft kid. He's like, bro, don't worry about it, like, honestly, you dodged a bullet, bro, and, like, that was kind of a lie, but he's like, bro, you dodged a bullet. How about you want to play some Minecraft with me tonight? And the Minecraft kid, who was pretty down at the time, kind of looked up at him, gave him a bit of a smile, and said, yeah, I'd love that. And yeah, so Mary didn't really get into that much trouble, but she had to, like, write a formal apology to the Minecraft kid. But also, the Minecraft kid had to write an apology to Mary as well. They kind of had this thing where they both had to apologize to each other because they were both kind of in the wrong on this one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and now go watch another video. There's some on screen, some of the recommended. If you watch another video, you'll make me very happy. Today we got a story time of a Minecraft kid who actually thinks the Ender Dragon is real and like actually exists in real life, as well as does a bunch of other stupid stuff, which is pretty funny. So yeah, sit back, relax, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing. Not even a joke, bro. You can actually get your free nothing leaving a like. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So anyways, right, the subscriber who we're going to call Kevin, you know, he sent in this story, and this happened to him when he was in 3rd grade. He's currently in 6th grade right now, so this was a little while ago. But basically, right, for Kevin, back in 3rd grade, there's this kid in his class, and we're just going to call him a Minecraft kid. And I have to say this every single time, because I'll always get a comment saying, oh my god, Connor, I play Minecraft. Do you hate me, man? Bro, do you see the background gameplay right now? Obviously, Minecraft's a cool game. I love that game, bro. Like, I don't play it all the time, but look, the parkour is cool. Like, just going into a survival world by yourself is, like, kind of fun for a little while. Mad respect if you play Minecraft, but if you're a Minecraft kid, that's a whole different story, man. But anyways, right, so one day in 3rd grade, there's this kid in Kevin's class who's the Minecraft kid, and I'm not going to give him a real name. I'm just going to call him Minecraft kid. But anyways, right, one day at recess. At recess, right, the Minecraft kid, you know, was kind of like walking around, wandering around, and Kevin was hanging out with his friends. And then the Minecraft kid comes up to Kevin and his friends, and they were always kind of friendly, like they weren't enemies, they never fought each other or anything like that.
But basically, right, the Minecraft kid wasn't like boys with Kevin and his friends, so it was a little strange that he came up to them. But basically, right, the Minecraft kid comes up to Kevin and his friends and says, "Hey man, did you know Minecraft is real?" And everyone's like, "Bro, what do you mean by that?" He's like, "Bro, trust me on this. Minecraft is actually real." And they're just like, "Dude, okay, bro, like, what do you mean by that, bro? Like, that makes no sense out of context." Even in the context, it would make no sense, but out of context, some kid comes up to you and says Minecraft is real. It's like, yeah, it's a real game you can play, like, on Mac and Linux and Windows and Xbox, but what do you mean by real? He's like, "Bro, let me go harvest some wood for you guys." At this point, right, they're just like, what is this kid talking about? Because look, Kevin and his friends, they play a little Minecraft right at that time. It's a fun game. It's a fundamental game that it's just great for the childhood, bro. It's just good for the spirit, good for the soul. Everyone could gain something from going in a single player Minecraft world, just loading it up. I don't know, punching down some trees, you know, making a little dirt hut. Like, everyone's soul can grow a little bit from doing that. But the Minecraft kid basically says, "Hey man, I'm going to go harvest some wood, be right back." So Kevin and his friends are like thinking about it, and they're like, how does one harvest wood in Minecraft? Yeah, once you have an axe, like, it goes by much faster, but I'm sure most of you guys know that one of the first things you do is you punch a tree to get wood. Yeah, you punch a tree to get wood. So Kevin and his friends were like, wait a minute. And then they look over at the Minecraft kid, and he takes out his fist and starts whapping at this tree. Pop, pop, pop. And he's like, ow, ow, ow. And Kevin and his friends like, "Bro, stop. Stop it. Bro, stop. Bro, stop it." Eventually, right, the Minecraft kid comes back with like a stick in his hand that he obviously found on the ground. He's like, "All right, I successfully punched the wood. I got the tree for us. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be raising awareness for a cause." And they're all like, "Okay, weird segue, but what's the cause?" So they were all like, "All right, what's the cause you're raising awareness for?" And he was like, "Ender Dragon awareness." And they're all just like, "Bro, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm raising awareness for the Ender Dragon." And they're just like, bro, what? Bro, what are you talking about? He's like, "Guys, it's a really serious issue. No one at this school is prepared for an Ender Dragon attack." By the way, comment Ender Dragon, 2 words in the comment section. I'm going to heart as many of those comments as I possibly can. But anyways, right, the Minecraft kid was like, "I've been looking around. I've been doing some research, some really intensive research. And all I can say is the school is not at all prepared for an Ender Dragon attack." And Kevin and his friends are just looking at each other like, "Bro, what is this kid talking about?" And at this point, Kevin and his friends kind of look at each other and kind of smile a little bit, like they're trying to hold back a bit of a laugh. And the Minecraft kid starts to get annoyed. He's like, "What is so funny about an Ender Dragon attack? Have you ever seen those things? Like, they spawn massive crystals to regenerate themselves. They ram into you. You know how much damage those things do? I mean, we don't even have supplies of enchanted golden apples, diamond armors, bows," and everyone's like, or Kevin and his friends are just like, "Bro, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Today in class," because like they had a class. So basically, Kevin and some of Kevin's friends, as well as the Minecraft kid, had a class together. So the Minecraft kid, and the class was happening after recess, which they were just chilling at recess. And the Minecraft kid goes up to them, or not goes up to them, but while he's talking to them, he's like, "I'm going to bring this issue up at class. It's super serious. And like, you'll thank me. You'll thank me. You'll see. You'll see what I mean." Like, kind of like one of those people's like, "The world is ending yesterday. Trust me, bro. Like, you'll thank me," or something. Like, you know, one of those guys who's just like, "Bro, you must repent. The rapture is going to happen in 1 minute." And a minute goes by. "I mean, the next minute. I didn't mean last minute. Sorry, my watch was off." Then like another minute goes by. It's like, "The rapture's coming. Trust me." Yeah, but anyways, right, Kevin and his friends are like, "Okay, bro, whatever." And then recess ends, and they have one class before that class they all have together. So Kevin goes to his other class, and He's actually like sitting in that class, not really paying a ton of attention, because you know what he's thinking about? He's thinking about the class that's coming up next, and he's thinking about the Minecraft kid, and is he actually going to make a scene talking about Ender Dragon awareness, bro? Like, is he actually about to make a scene in class talking about how everyone needs to be prepared for an imminent Ender Dragon attack? Guys, it's coming. Trust me, bro. Sources, trust me, bro. Like, you just got to print out one of those, like, MLA citation pages for your history homework or whatever, and it goes to, like, sources. Trust me, bro. Ender Dragon attack imminent. But anyways, right, class eventually ends, and Kevin kind of rushes to his next class, and he gets there, like, a little bit early because he's so prompt to the class because he's excited to see what the Minecraft kid's going to do. And when he gets there, there's not a lot of kids there, but the kids that are there are his friends that have the class with them, and because they're also interested in what the Minecraft kid's about to do. If he's about to do that Ender Dragon awareness skit or whatever. It's not even a skit to the kid. Like, he's taking it mad serious. But anyways, right. They all get there, and they sit down, and Kevin's like, are you thinking about? And they're like, yes, Minecraft kid. And he's like, yeah. He's like, do you think you're going to do it? And the kids are like, bro, I don't know, but if he does, I got to be here to see it. I got to get front row seats too. Because the Minecraft kid always sat in the same seat. It was kind of like front of the class, but kind of towards the left. So they all sat like behind him, only one row though, because they wanted to get the perfect seats in the house for this whole thing. But anyways, right, eventually the class does start, and the Minecraft kid is there, and everyone else is there. And the teacher's like starts going off about like, all right, class, we're gonna talk about European history. And all of a sudden, right, the Minecraft kid raises his hand. And the teacher, who's like about to start a lecture or something, looks at the Minecraft kid and is like, okay. Okay, also, maybe it's not a European history class. They just, like, the person who sent me a DM, which, by the way, if you want to send in a story, Instagram or Discord server, both are in the description. He basically just said history class, and I was like, oh, because I'm taking a European history class right now. Most likely, they were not doing intensive European history in 3rd grade. But let's just say a history class, right? The teacher was about to go on about whatever they were talking about. And the Minecraft kid raises his hand, and the teacher's like, oh, like, yes? And he's like, I have a presentation. And the teacher's like, well, I didn't really ask for anyone to do a presentation, but I guess if it's on if it's on history, like, sure, but keep it brief. And the teacher's like, yeah, so is it on history? And the Minecraft kid kind of like gulps for a second that says yes. I'm sure his logic was, this is so important that like he's going to get in trouble, but he has to do it for the safety of everyone else. He has to lie for everyone else's well-being. He's taking one for the team, man, or whatever, right? But anyways, right, he's like, yes. And so the teacher's like, all right, go ahead. And the Minecraft kid steps up to the front of the room, and Kevin and his boys are just sitting there like, dude, there's no shot this is happening. There's no shot I'm living in an era where this exists. Like, this is the greatest moment of all time. Thank God I was not born, like, 6 months earlier and was in a different class or whatever. And the Minecraft kid gets up and says, guys, this is really serious. And the room kind of goes quiet for a second because they're really, like, concerned. And the Minecraft kid says, everyone, the school is threatened. There may be an imminent attack. And at this point, bro, everyone is starting to, like, panic. Even the teacher's, like, really worried about where this is going. And the kid goes, yes, guys. The Ender Dragon can attack at any time. And everyone's like, bro, what? Like, I mean, no one said anything, but their faces just, like, turned. They're just like, what did this kid say? He's like, guys, I've done a lot of research. I've gone around the school, I've done all the checks, and we are in no position to withstand an Ender Dragon attack. And the teacher is just looking at him with this face of, bro, you cannot be serious. He's like, guys, the Ender Dragon is extremely serious. I need you to understand, if the Ender Dragon attacks us, we'll be all goners. At this point, the class is like starting to realize that this is like the weirdest thing they've ever been in. Like, some kids are like holding back laughter. Most of them are just so shocked at this point that they don't have any emotions. They're just absorbing information and data at this point. They're just like, what is going on? And he's like, guys, I have a 3-step plan to protect us from an Ender Dragon attack. And like mid-sentence, the teacher's like, all right, that is enough, Minecraft kid. He said his actual name, but he's like, that's enough, Minecraft kid. I invite you to sit back down. And the Minecraft kid says, no, this is really serious. Teacher's like, Minecraft kid, sit down. He's like, no, I'm doing this for you guys. He's like, nope, this is ridiculous. The Ender Dragon is not real. And the Minecraft kid's like, what do you mean the Ender Dragon's not real? He starts getting all mad. And the teacher's like, if you don't sit down in the next 5 seconds, you're going to the principal's office. And the Minecraft kid says, if that shall be, if you want to sacrifice the school, the students, me, and yourself, and not listen to my safety precautions about the Ender Dragon, then so be it. Send me to the principal's office. And he thought that this was going to, like, I don't know, strike a chord with the principal's heart, and he'd be like, oh, you're so right, or whatever. Nah, bro. He went straight to the principal's office. Lol. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now go watch another video. There's some on screen, some that recommended. Go watch. I'll be very happy. Boy, bye.